I'm switching over.
Okay, this.
Should I give the white mage the staff that heals him every turn, or should I give that to the dark mage because, you know,
Give him to
reasons?
the penis.
Oh,
I still remember that day.
The penis?
The penis.
No, no, the day that he played that one game and it was like 2 minutes. I had jumped in like at the end of it.
You're
like
talking
13
about
minutes in.
Pentiment.
Yeah, that one.
That fucking game was awful. That was fucking shit.
Geez.
All right.
Who's echoing?
I don't know.
Is it me?
I don't know. Are you watching the stream? Are you watching the stream
on
and
mute.
listening to us talk all at the same time?
Oh man, I had to blow my schnoz.
Oh shit!
I'm
Hannah's-
a deck you in the schnoz.
I put on the
Not
cam.
Naj.
I don't know how much longer I'm going to be on here.
Don't
That's
worry.
fine. I could not stand to watch myself on stream that often.
Yeah.
I'll
Hey,
just
Jared,
do
how
it
long-
to like check my levels afterwards and be like, oh, I have to adjust things.
Yeah.
All right. So let's go ahead and get jumping into this because it's been a while. Our last session was all the way back on February 5th. So
A lot happened.
Been quite a while. A lot happened. Oh boy. Hey, Glenn's in the chat. Awesome to see you, buddy. It's nice having you off on Sundays. So as a quick recap from last session, it was a doozy. So last session we had just finished up with the battle with the orc attack at the front of Axholm, and you guys had sacrificed the orcs to Karen. Moradin's spirit showed and raised the bridge, and Tempest took the orcs as part of his eternal warring party in the land of the dead. But as the party was coming out, Lenine explained that there was an incident inside of the fortress, inside of Axholm, and that they needed somebody to come inside, and they needed everyone to come inside and help. And when you guys got in there, you saw the tragedy that part of the ceiling had fallen on little Maggie. The clerics inside of there were not able to revive her, as she had been out for too long. With this, Tobin Stonehill was extremely fraught in terror and panic. Zelene Varnaster, his counterpart and closest person now in his life, was trying to console him, but Tobin was kind of losing it. So while everyone was trying to clear off the rubble, a ritual began for the resurrection spell, requiring the sacrifice of a... Let me just double check here. Yes, a diamond worth at least 1,000 gold. So during this time that the spell was being cast, people were kind of, cleaning up the area, trying to do what they could to help. Albina was spending her time saying prayers to Tiamat, not Tiamat, wow.
I didn't know.
My, sorry about that. My mind slipped to Tempest. And at the same time, you was attempting to help by calling out to Karen, trying to reach out to him. Unfortunately, only getting to be able to talk to his receptionist. So me, on the other hand, was able to help a little bit by finding the leg, attempting to help put it back together, and then went over and talked with the Dwarven Forge Master here, was able to give him some dragon scales, and in return he gave him some armor-piercing bolts that allow you to reduce the AC of an attack. Please continue to hold. Your prayers are very important to us. Your average meditation time is currently less than 5 rounds. That's beautiful, Ms. Roy. That's so good. So while that was going on, Smith started to look at the bag of black powder that he found on the orc's body that was the last one to attempt to, blow up the bridge of some kind or do something. So with, while with the Kings of Nomengard, Smith was able to identify it and learn that this powder was somehow a mixture of 2 spell effects, with the spell effect of Fireball mixed with Animate Dead, that it would create an area of Animate Dead and also apply some fiery abilities to those animated. So while all of this was going on, the ritual was continuing to be cast, but after the hour was up, it was revealed that it did not work. As the distraught nature of everything going on, Vanadar explained that, who was the one performing the ritual, explained that he never even felt her. He never was able to reach out to her, as if something was stopping him. While he was explaining this, everyone was trying to figure out other ways that it would work, and he went and talked to 2 of his other clerics. Smith was asked about some of the magic, and he knew of the 2 spells, Resurrection and True Resurrection. But eventually, Vanadar explained that he knew of only one other way to potentially do this, and that was at the Temple of Restoration. That it is a place that is about... it's about 2 or 3 days away from the coast, on a small island out in the Sword Coast, in the sort of or the Sea of Swords. That it is located somewhere near Stormwreck Isle. That is information that me and you were able to remember. Smith had heard about the ritual that takes place there, that it is something where you essentially reach out to the spirit in order to bring them back and set them into the vessel of their own body. So it was decided to cast Gentle Repose on Maggie's body in order to stop any rot and decay, but also to stymie any attempts to turn undead on her. So with this, the group decided that they were going to make the attempt to try and take her to the Temple of Restoration. Zelene and Tolbin both said that they were going to go on the journey with them, because they could, Tolbin could not leave Maggie's side at this point, and Zelene would not let Tolbin do something so stupid by himself. Additionally, around this time, Iluna was able to get back, was able to give Thistle, who was Maggie's friend, Maggie's pet bloom crawler Bulba, and that she was able to give her the friendship bracelet and the blanket that Thistle and Maggie made together. The group then learned from Lenine that some rangers had gone up to find Tybor Wester, Harbin's brother, only to learn that he had been killed, that there were signs of some giant boar that had rampaged through that area. And the group remembered back to the fight with Lance Spaulding, the orcs that could shape change into boars. But the Rangers were able to get the wagons from Umbridge Hill back here to Axholm. And before you guys set off towards the wayside and back to Lylon, Albina scried on Pugsley, learning that he was doing his sales and pitches up in Neverwinter at this time. So you guys headed out the next morning towards Phandalin. The first day of travel was fairly uneventful, getting up to Phandalin and then traveling a little bit further. During this time, you also spoke with Albina and Smith, asking them to teach him Primordial. And as you guys were starting to make your way on the second day towards the wayside, you are traveling along some farm pastures and a forest, when all of a sudden, Iluna got a sense that Anime was in trouble. And right before it was able to strike, Anime dodged out of the way of a wyvern flying down from behind the caravan that you guys are all traveling in. And as this happened, two more wyverns stepped out from the trees ahead of the road and started to take flight around the group, and that is where we are going to pick up today. Now, yes.
Oh, generally speaking, do we know that wyverns speak Draconic or understand Draconic?
I mean, it's
Like,
possible. I mean, they are wild animals. I mean, it depends. If you want to make a history check, you can.
Those ploughed fields there before. They look pretty
What
neat.
now?
Those ploughed fields, were they there
No.
before? They look pretty neat.
I didn't have a map before.
I
Oh,
was gonna say I didn't think he had a map.
this is a cool looking map.
Yeah, this is from, as often my maps are, this is from Morvold Press.
Why is everybody so large?
Okay, so the reason why the people are so large, those are clusters of townsfolk. Those are stand-ins for anywhere from like 3 to 6 commoners.
Okay.
So
I prefer to be called pleasantly plump.
Yes.
All right. Not large.
yeah, like Misroy said, they're normal size. You guys are just tiny.
Every character represents if Lucas was on a 5x5 grid.
That's right. All right, so I want to believe that Smith was on the flying carpet.
Yep.
His flying carpet, you mean?
One
Oh,
day
yeah,
we'll
to be on my
see
carpet.
battle.
On my carpet.
All right, and I know that we had the Bone Horse.
Pew 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 pew.
So, I believe that Seftis was riding further out front.
I think I was, yeah.
Meh.
Meh.
Eh.
Meh. So, the rest of you guys, where would you have been?
All I said
Oh.
was near Maggie's cart, wherever her body.
Near her carcass.
Okay, then
Yes. Wherever.
Then you would be near the third cart. The first two are the ones carrying the first three are the one, or no, sorry. The first two are carrying supplies, the last one is carrying supplies. The one that is, the third one is carrying the people. That is the one that is the enchanted cart that you guys got from Karen that has the kind of living space within that's kind of like a TARDIS.
How many we got?
How many you got what?
How many wyverns we got?
You can see 3.
Are we in initiative yet?
I'm just kind of setting up. We will be rolling initiative. I'm just kind of setting up where you guys tentatively would have been. So we know where Cephas and Iluna would be. Where I imagine Albina, you, and Smith would have been somewhere near each other because you guys were helping him learn Primordial.
Let's see.
Yeah, I'd have been right in the middle. So if anyone tried to ambush, they could attack first.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Good to keep in mind.
I'm sorry.
Where would...
So glad that you guys...
Yeah. Where would me have been?
Wherever
Put him
you
right
would
in front of
be.
me.
Okay.
Oh, that's not... I'm thinking of Iggy, not me. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Iggy is just following up behind in the middle. He's kind of staying with the group. So we got Cephas further out
Keep him
ahead,
protected.
who is faced off against these 2 wyverns that have just taken flight. And then we have the 2 wagons carrying supplies. We have the rest of the party where the wyvern that just came down and swiped at Anime is flying overhead, and then nobody really coming up hot in the rear, so that's fine. But I need... Yes.
Sorry. Oh, you can finish what you were saying.
I need everyone to roll initiative.
Did I do a
And I'm so
perception
glad
check
you guys
last
said about
session
this
to
map.
detect those wyverns?
You did, actually.
Could I be raging and have an hour ready to fire if that was the case, if I'd have seen them?
Yeah, I'll give you that because you rolled a 23 on your perception.
I was wondering.
Yeah, I'll give you the fact that if you want to rage, like the moment you see these things, I'm okay with that.
All right, we'll do that.
I was wondering if Iluna would have any sort of slight heads up because of Anime's gear, I guess.
I mean, you guys are not surprised. The wyverns did not succeed their ambush. That's what your perception checks were last time. So you are all aware now of these wyverns attacking. Also, as per your 14 on a history check, I'm going to say you do not know whether or not wyverns are intelligent enough to speak with, nor what languages they would have. So I will say that from that, the most that you would know is that they are kind of like dragons, but they are generally kind of poisonous. So I'll give you the fact that they have some innate poison. All right, let me go ahead and add these guys to initiative.
Oh yeah.
Now the only thing going through my head is Pookie Pookie from Monster Hunter when you said poison.
What the fuck is Pookie Pookie?
It's a feathered wyvern whose poison comes out of its tail, and it is the most derpiest looking thing ever.
Shit.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'll get you a picture.
Thanks, pal.
Oh yeah, send it in. I want to see.
No, you don't.
All right. Well, it is Jared's turn. So...
Hell yeah. Hold on, I'm finding the picture first. No.
Oh my god, take your turn.
So the closest one to me at least, would be W3.
Yes, the closest one to you would be W3. I am going to mark on them their elevation because they are 60 feet up in the air.
That's okay. I have a range of 120.
There you go.
So I gotta pull up this. I'm gonna load one of my armor pierced bolts.
Okay.
Subtracts 2 AC from an enemy.
Yep. Oh, okay. I know Pookie Pookie from, yeah. When you said Monster Hunter, for some reason, I wasn't thinking the game. Yeah, I know.
Alright, so you know what Pookie Pookie is.
Yeah.
Does a 25 hit?
Yes. Technically, arguably, that would be, yeah.
Alright. That is 8 piercing damage.
Okay.
I'm gonna do it again.
Okay.
Do it again. Do it again.
This time, I'm gonna load it with... You know what? Let's go ahead and load it with one of my necro arrows.
Okay.
Oh, you're a monster.
Yeah, I am.
Oh, what?
That's a 17 to
Just
hit.
got you.
Yes, that hits.
Sweet. All right. That is, I'm re-rolling that piercing damage.
Okay.
That's 9 piercing damage, and then 1d12 necrotic.
Like, realistically, you couldn't get any lower, so.
It's true. It's always
6
beneficial.
necrotic.
6 necrotic. All right. So.
And. Oh! Shit! I'm triggering my sneak attack. No, wait. They're technically more than 5 feet because they're up in the air. Never mind.
Yep. Because I know Smith, I know for Smith with the flying carpet right now, I know he's not that far up, so.
You know what? Then I'm just going to do my Fury the Small and do 10 extra damage just because.
Okay.
And that's everything.
All right, so this wyvern comes down, swoops towards Anime. The sound of the sound of wings kind of flutter over everyone. The two out front step out and take flight. Me, you're able to turn around, get those 2 shots off. You can hear the thing let out a wince and cry of pain. Cephas, it is your turn. You are faced off against the 2 that are in front, but they have flown up. They have flown up 80 feet at the start of this.
Okay. The guy on the right, flaming arrow.
Okay. An 11, that is going to miss.
I've got inspiration on my sheet. Do I still have that?
I
don't remember when we long rested.
You guys long rested in Phandalin, or like just outside of Phandalin, so I don't believe you would have that.
Oh man.
Did you roll? You must check your log.
I'm checking his. I'm checking for all of his stuff. Oh wait, you did. You rolled a 1 on a perception check.
Because
cool.
I've got an inspiration too, and I did
All right, I'm going to use
on it previous to a different session that
inspiration and try again.
Yeah.
Because I also, let me see here.
I also have it, and I also had very realistic.
I did get a 20 on the medicine.
A 17 is gonna hit.
But I can't remember.
All right. 9 points. All right, second attack. Goddamn bone horse. Get out of my way.
Assume that hits.
Yeah, that hits. Sorry, I was I had to set up your aura. Okay. So 2 flaming arrows fly up, hitting the wyvern in the chest. It also lets out a cry. As soon as it does, the one that me attacked is going to swoop around and fly down towards Smith, who is up on the carpet.
Magic carpet ride.
Okay. All right. So that is a 14 and an 11. And it is then gonna hit with a 17. And I don't believe any of those hit. Okay. So this thing flies down, swoops by Smith. Smith, you are up on this carpet. All of a sudden, this wyvern comes down, tries swiping at you with its claws, and then as you roll away from that, trying to do what you can to stay on this carpet, its tail comes by and tries hitting you with some barbs that are on the end of it, and then it is going to fly by you. All right. So it is your turn. What are you going to do in response?
We have 3 wyverns?
You do.
1, 2. I am going to use go with the chromatic orb.
Okay.
No, yes. Let's go with banishment. The one attacked me.
Okay. That's a charisma save. It fails.
Nice.
So it is currently banished for 1 minute. All right, and that's going to be concentration. Are you doing anything as a bonus action?
I don't think so.
Okay. Coolio. And just check one more thing.
For a minute.
Can I yell at what are these? Are these bystanders? I guess, or
yeah,
just...
those are the commoners. Those are the folk of Phandalin.
I'll yell for them to take shelter and whatnot.
Okay. Yeah. Seeing this, they, as soon as you pop this one out, you just hear this kind of noise, and all of a sudden you shout to them. They start, running about trying to spread themselves thin. You can see a couple of them are racing towards the trees, trying to huddle up underneath them. Some of them have jumped the fence over into the field to lay low. So it is kind of a mad dash whenever you say this. It is your turn. So Smith just popped out of existence, one of them.
And I see the other 2.
The other 2 have taken flight up ahead of Cephas, yes.
And they are
80 feet in the air.
And they are how far away from me?
They are 130 feet.
Cool, because I think mine... What do I have? Can't do that. I could do that. I'm going to move 20 feet forward.
Okay.
And that should get me in Eldritch Blast range.
That would be, yes.
So I am going to aim at... What was the one that...
The one that's already taken a few... the one that has 2 arrows sticking out of its chest is the top one, W2.
W2?
Mm-hmm.
I'll aim for W1.
Okay.
21?
Yeah, that hits.
And second attack... I got inspiration now.
Okay. Yes, you do. So that is going to be 1 hit, 1 miss. All right. And 6 points of force damage. All right. Is that your whole turn?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll call it.
So, Cephas, you watch as an eldritch bolt flies up over your head, hits the one wyvern. You see these two, they both growl down in your direction. The one that has shot you with the arrow having this snarling look on the face, but the one that was just shot with an arrow, or with the eldritch bolt, flies past you down towards the people in the field that are scurrying and running about. Okay.
Unfortunate turn of events.
Okay.
And nothing of value was lost.
You see, I'm going to say that anybody who is looking towards the 2 wyverns in the front, pretty much all of you, you can see that this wyvern flies down to the group that was running out into the field and has jumped down on top of one of the folk from Phandalin. You can hear this guy screaming as his voice is starting to be cut off by the sound of gurgling as blood is filling his lungs.
Oh, that's how we want to go.
So, Iluna, it is your turn.
I guess I'm gonna. Am I close enough to just shoot 5, 10 at the one?
I mean, you have
attacking?
you have 150 feet, so.
Well, I'm gonna move a little closer anyhow.
Okay.
And this map is.
Yeah, this map is huge.
Yes, it
like,
is. It's.
I have to zoom in, and now I don't know where the
So here's the thing.
went.
Technically speaking, it's supposed to be half of this size, but I needed a slightly larger map, so I just made everything twice as big.
Larger. You mean pleasantly plump?
Yes.
That's right.
Another great map by Morvold Press.
Can I walk like in the space of this horse?
Yeah, because there are just people like running for their lives.
Does that 20 mean that's how many feet I went?
That is, yes. As has always been the case with this VTT.
Wait, there's a VTT?
Yeah, buddy. Virtual tabletop, boy.
And I'm going to shout in Draconic to, well, hopefully they both can hear me if they can hear me. I'm going to just guess that they look like dragons so they can speak Draconic.
Mm-hmm.
And say, leave here. What do you need? What do you want from us? And then shoot the one attacking the villagers.
Okay.
With my moon bow, trying to, oh my goodness, blind it.
Okay, so you're using charges of it?
Yeah. I don't remember using 2 charges, but thank goodness it keeps track of that. Ugh. Okay, it's not marking the 3rd charge for some unknown reason. Anyhow. Dice.
That hits.
Was that a hit? I just
Yes. Yeah.
hide.
Okay, and that's a con save against your spell save, which is 14. That one is blinded.
I can't shoot the other one, can I? That one's too far away.
That one is 140 feet away, so you can actually hit that one.
That's pretty. I'm gonna try and do that one too.
Okay.
Okay, I don't know why these charges aren't marking, but anyhow.
Base magic.
Oh. That
Okay.
one's even better.
All right, go and roll the damage. Are you trying to blind this one as well?
Yeah.
Okay, that one saves.
It would have technically marked them, but I don't know. It's not marking.
Are you which one are you marking?
No. I meant the boxes. I'm just trying to tick the boxes for using the stars.
That's fine. Just keep track of it on a piece of paper somewhere.
Crap, I forgot to do favored foe for the first one. But can I do it for the second one?
You can do it for the second one.
Cool.
Roll an extra 1d6 for the damage.
That's it. Is anime?
Well, roll 1d6 for favored foe first. There you go.
I am.
Okay.
And
Anime has a movement speed of 60 feet, so she is well outside of the range of being able to reach those.
She's too far away.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just have her move a little bit closer.
Okay.
The other side of. I mean, in the end, I'm still just guarding Maggie's corpse a little bit more than anyone else because, that's just
She
the way
means
I
nothing
think
to me.
I think that's the way she would feel, so.
Okay, so just trying to steer closer towards Maggie's cart. Gotcha. I need to see a number. Okay.
I got a number for you.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
It's a 69.
Damn it.
All right, Smith, it is Iggy's turn. What would you like to have him do?
That's a great question. Does he know any 5th level spells?
Fireball.
We never discerned what 5th level spells he could have learned because he would have been able to learn. One at when he reached a 9th level.
Okay.
But it would have had to have been a spell on your own spell list. So he would have access to one of the ones that you have there. So, like, Font of Fire is technically, the same as Cone of Cold.
Sorry, I accidentally clicked.
So we could say that he knows that.
Where is he again?
He's right below you.
Okay.
So he is currently 60 feet away from the nearest wyvern.
Would polymorph work on them?
I mean, it could, yes, if it fails the wisdom save.
Okay.
Turn it into a slug.
Guess I should do something. Oh yeah, let's do polymorph. Turn him into
Okay.
a slug. Yeah.
Okay. So it's going to be a wisdom save of 18. Okay. The one that you The one that he was closest to, or the one that was attacking the townsfolk there, suddenly disappears almost in a cloud of transmutation, smoke, and magic. So I have no way to descript a slug, so I'm just gonna make him a tiny little wyvern. Okay. Up next is Albina. So Albina, you watched. So there was a wyvern that was above you that poofed out of existence. You watched Iggy kind of, like move up next to you and then, cast his spell out at the one in the field, and it kind of poofed away as well from what you can see. But there is still one with 2 arrows in its chest flying high up above or in front of Cephas.
I'm going. How far away? Let's see.
Too far.
It is 130 feet.
Oh no, I'm looking for the slug. I'm sorry.
Oh, for the slug is 50 feet away.
So I can. All right, I'd like to run 30 feet over. So I don't even know how to do this with those carriages and stuff.
That's fine. I mean, you can just move like normal.
Wherever 30. Okay. And
you can kind of see this like group of townsfolk kind of scrambling around a bit. The one guy still gurgling on his own blood.
Gurgle, gurgle.
I'm gonna use guiding bolt.
Okay.
On this little slug.
Okay. Go ahead and roll to hit.
While I'm at it, let me see.
I don't know if there's actually a stat block. I have something in mind, though. Oh, yeah, that would hit. Roll the damage.
All right. Wow, my thing's really slow. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I just used the first level one, right? Okay, yeah.
Oh, it's up to you.
I don't know which one I hit because it didn't show the slot that I roll. I guess it doesn't really matter in this case.
Yeah,
It would just mark it off now.
Yeah, just pick whichever one you want to do.
All right. We'll just do second level. And while we're waiting for those to roll,
mm-hmm.
I will forge an elemental weapon. Okay. No, I'm sorry. I'll do my spiritual weapon.
Okay. Spirit weapon.
And that's rolling.
So you want that within 30 feet of you? I mean, that would be within 30 feet of you. So, or actually, no, it's within 60 feet of you. So where do you want this? Do you want this against
right above the slug?
Okay. And go ahead and roll the damage. Also, because you did guiding bolt, that would technically, actually, no, never mind. It wouldn't work that way.
For the next person's attack, though, they have advantage, right?
We'll get to that.
Okay. He's probably going to die.
I just want to see. Okay, cool. I just wanted to know how much damage. All right, so here is what happens on Albina's turn. So Albina moves forward. She conjures up a guiding bolt where this crowd of people were. All of a sudden, the bolt hits the ground, and you hear somebody go, there it is! And then, at that point, since a slug would only have 1 hit point, it instantly reverts back to its full size of a wyvern, but it does take the residual damage, so it'll take 18 points of damage. Because that's how polymorph works.
Oh no, I look over at Smith and I'm like, Was that how that works? And I just kind of
Sorry,
scratch my
pick up the
I look back at Iggy.
Yeah, Iggy.
Oh,
He's like
sorry.
standing there, just like, like all of a
I
sudden,
forgot that's how that works. This
all of a
poor
sudden,
townsperson.
his concentration is completely broken on the spell. All right, so after that, you guys hear a scream come from off to the right. As your attention pays over there, you see that there is a fourth wyvern that has flown down from atop the hill and picked up, see here. Okay.
I can't believe a second wyvern hit the caravan.
Okay. So you see a wyvern flies down the side of the hill. It ends up knocking into this group that is running up towards this tree to get cover. As it does, it launches the one back into this tree, or into this wagon over here. And ends up knocking this group forward, and as it does, it picks up two of the commoners in this group and starts to fly off with them in its claws. And you can hear them screaming as they are being hoisted away. All right. Cephas, you are being approached by a wyvern, my friend.
Oh no, what shall we ever do?
I know. Actually, he is going to land right there, and then is going to attempt to bite you, which I believe that hits because you have a 20 AC. And is going to swing its tail at you. That misses. So Cephas, you are going to take 7 points of piercing damage. That's already with your, or that is with your rage taken into account. And then it is then going to fly up 40 feet back into the air. Top of the order. Me.
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess I'll kind of shimmy over here and I'll take shots at W1.
Okay.
Trying to see here, trying to think if I do want to load any more of my bolts. Sure, why not? I'll load another necro arrow.
Okay.
Is W1 lit up now?
No, because W1 was a slug when it had guiding bolt, and then it died. So it then turned back. So the effect breaks whenever it dies.
14?
That's it. That hits.
Yay! Oh, wrong one. You know what? I'll take it. It's whatever. I accidentally clicked the wrong one.
I mean, you can click the right one if you rolled the wrong dice.
That's the one that's still blind.
Fine. All right.
That is
that's
the one
10
that is still blind. Yes.
That's 10 piercing damage and 9 necrotic. If it's blind, do I get advantage on the attack or no?
You do.
Oh, sweet! That means sneak attack!
Yeah, that's on you guys.
So that's 6d6.
Are you going to roll again to see if you crit?
I mean, I doubt I will, because I barely ever do. Yeah, no.
Yeah. Just wanted to double check.
So that's 9 necrotic damage, 18 from the sneak attack damage, and the 10 from the piercing.
Yeah, so it's 37 points of damage.
A whole shit in a caboodle.
And I can shoot again.
Okay.
Can you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Bonus
I ignore
action.
reload speed because bullshit. 15 to hit. Let's see if I get that. Better roll. No.
Okay.
I didn't load it with anything special this time. Just 9 piercing.
Gotcha. All right.
And that's my turn. Actually, hold that thought. I want to check something here. No, that... Yeah, I can't taunt him. Okay.
Okay. All right. Cephtus.
W1 still actively attacking people, yeah, down there.
Yeah, that one is kind of rampaging on a group of townsfolk.
Alright, I'll send 2 hours at that guy.
Okay.
Oh, nat 20.
Very nice.
Yo.
Inspiration if you don't have it.
Also, I will be right back.
No.
If I get attacked, use my reaction to have the damage or whatever.
Okay. All right, 14. Thing is still up. Oh wait, that would have been oh shit, that would actually been a lot more. Hold on.
Okay.
That would have been 2 and 2. So that would have been 4 plus 4, 8. 8 plus 3 is 11 plus 18. Okay, cool. We are still good. Go ahead and roll. It is still up.
Okay. Did that 14 hit?
A 14 does hit.
Nice.
Okay. So it is that one is like now covered in blood. You can see that it is kind of writhing around, just kicking around, lashing its tail out at everything around it. But it is on death's door. All right. I don't think I can do anything against means there target. Okay, so it cannot attempt. So Smith, it is your turn. You are still concentrating on banishment.
Is W2 blind at all? Who is blinded?
W1 is blind, actually.
Oh, just W1? I thought 2 of them were.
No, W2 succeeded against that.
Okay. I like W2 up.
Okay.
Fireball.
All right.
That's what, 27?
Roll the dex save. That's a 15, which means it fails. So, you said 27?
Uh-huh.
All right. So, massive fireball goes off. It's going to take 27 points of damage. It's not too happy about that. Smith, do you have anything else you want to do? My apologies.
No. Was he hiding in a tree? Is that whole place on fire now?
Yeah, no, that tree has been blown apart. He wasn't hiding in it. He was flying above it. But you have kind of like blown away the top of that tree and kind of singed the ends of its branches.
Nice.
It is your turn.
I have returned. Who's dead?
No one yet.
Me.
Okay.
Well, this one guy down here technically is.
Yeah, well,
Me died.
it's somebody of importance.
Yeah, no.
Me's pretty important. Which one looks really badly injured?
The one that is thrashing around the commoners in the field.
That's what, A1?
Yep, W1.
That's what I meant. I'll hit the one with the... I'm gonna hit W4.
Okay, the one that is flying away with 2 commoners in its hands.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hit it with Eldritch Blast again.
Okay.
I want to re-roll that one.
Why?
Does it hit?
It doesn't matter. The 29 hits.
Well, it's 2
What
attacks.
Right. But why would you re-roll it?
If it didn't hit, I'd re-roll.
Were you going to use inspiration?
Yes.
Oh, okay. That's when you said I'm going to re-roll that. I just got so confused about like what you were doing to re-roll it.
Gotcha.
But both of those hit.
Okay, then.
Because that's it. You can use inspiration to give yourself advantage. It's just if you already roll, then you can re-roll it.
Right. No,
Right.
that's what I was gonna do, but
22. And this thing has to make... Okay. So you hit this thing with 2 Eldritch Bolts, or Eldritch Blasts. As you do, you kind of see this thing shudder its wing a bit as it drops one of the commoners. This thing was about 30 feet up in the air. And as soon as they let go, you just hear this, one of the townsfolk just, ah! And then they hit the ground. Their body goes limp and kind of ragdolls a few feet.
I'll fix it later.
Oh, they're dead. This one also was dead. All right. Well, speaking of dead, this wyvern down here is not too excited. Okay.
Next turn.
So, you guys watch out in this field to the south where the wyvern that was polymorphed and then brought back and then hit with some arrows and has a spiritual weapon right next to it that was
and it's blind.
Oh, shit. Wait. Hold on. That... I have to double check something. Yeah. So it would be... Okay, yeah, so it is blinded still. Okay, so cool. Let me just re-roll those. Okay, that's still good. That's still good. Okay. Yeah, so in a blind fury, it is kind of lashing out at anything around it. It grabs the one commoner. You see it impale this commoner with its claws and is kind of raking him across the ground. And kind of gets dragged off to the side. Hearing the noises of these commoners screaming, it is going to lash out and bite this one on the top. You just see it claw, you see its teeth dig into this one. Blood goes everywhere, and then its tail writhes around and hits the last one. and you see that it impales this one, and at this point, with one in its jaws and one kind of impaled by its tail, this wyvern is going to start to fly away in a like blind dash. And you can hear the gurgled screams of those two commoners that are being flown away, just kind of fading off a little bit into the distance. It only gets about 50 feet away, just because it was kind of like struggling to move around. Iluna, it is your turn.
Oh my god. So the one that just is still, well, I guess it's supposedly almost got its sight back.
At the end of this round, or at the end of your turn, it will have its sight back.
Yeah. Is it too? I guess it's too far away to hit 5.
It's 110 feet away, so no. Technically, you also have 300 range on your, or 600 foot range on your bow.
Yeah.
You just have disadvantage on anything over 150.
I'm gonna shoot at it then.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, that hits.
Can I?
Mm-hmm.
Does it look nearly dead?
Well, I was going to describe, you don't have to roll damage, because with your modifiers, it would die. So, like I said, this thing was about 50 feet up in the air. You train an arrow onto its back. As soon as you hit this thing, it plummets towards the earth, leaving this massive cloud of dust as it kind of rolls through this field, just with those two commoners attached to it.
Sounds horrible. Anyhow.
Yeah.
I need to readjust my target. I know I have a favored foe up. Wait, where the fuck did it go? The one in the tree?
Yes, that one is your favored foe.
I'm gonna ignore that one since it didn't pick up any people.
Okay.
Just be a murderer like me.
Get closer where we have 5. Two.
But I'm able to fit the whole thing in. So.
Oh, that's all my feet.
Yeah, it was the mattress, the.
And shoot at this one trying to take off. What is it? W4?
Yep. Wyvern number 4.
But everything else she was a little bit too.
Okay, that hit. Then I want to use a spell slot and try to add the radiant damage. That's how it works, right? It has to hit first.
Yeah, when you hit with a creature, you can burn a spell slot to add extra radiant damage.
Spell slot, just.
Okay.
First.
So that hits.
Find that little box.
So what level spell slot are you burning?
Just one.
Okay. So go ahead and roll 3d8 plus 3.
Can I swap my favored foe? I can do both, right? The radiant damage and.
You can. You just burn another use of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then it's
3d8 plus
3d6
1d6 plus 3.
3d8
plus 1d6 plus 3.
I'm just did a custom roll. I
That's
thought
fine.
there was something to click, but I can't find it, so.
Nope, that works. All right, 21 points of damage. Okay.
And
It succeeds its con save to not drop its prey.
what a lucky little dragon.
No. What a lucky little commoner. Gonna go be fed to some bigger, maybe. Okay, second attack.
Enemies too. That was?
Oh, that was?
Right, I attacked 2 separate things.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Sorry.
One died.
That's right. I looked and for some reason I thought that first one was against the blind one, but no, you're good.
I see, says the blind man.
Oh, I see, says the man who only knows 3 letters.
Anime close.
Anime is 105 feet away from that thing.
Before we can stay. Oh, find my favorite phone. Oh, good lord! I accidentally clicked initiative.
Yes, you did. What are you doing?
What do you mean?
I didn't hear you. Your mic, your whole thing kind of went fuzzy.
I'm done because Anime
Okay.
can't. If she can't reach anything, she might as well just stay here.
Right.
I think.
Okay. All right, Smith. It is Iggy's turn.
Did that one escape?
The one that went to the south is dead, and the one off to the far right is still is flying into the air with a commoner in its claw. And then there is the one that is above the tree that you just fireballed.
Let's go for the one I just fireballed and ice ball him.
Okay. Ooh, that's a nat 20, so that is going to be half a damage. Okay. All right. Albina, it is your turn. Hannah.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry.
Are you, though?
I'm sorry. Okay. Let me go back. My map moves super slow.
Oh, I know. I do apologize. I tried to scale down I tried to scale this map down and
No, it's just also my internet's slow. So I don't know if I can reach anything where I am. Can I see? Is that W2?
Well, the one above the tree, W2, which is above the tree, is 80 feet away from you. And the one that is flying away that has a commoner in its clutches is 130.
Is that the one? I'm sorry. W4?
Yeah, W4 is the one with a commoner in its claws.
All right, I will run 30 feet over that way if I can.
Okay, you are.
It doesn't show me. Oh, there.
That is 40. Whoop. So we'll just bump you back a few.
Okay.
Okay.
So now I can reach it within 120 feet then.
Oh yes.
And then I will do another second level guiding bolt.
Okay.
And I think now I'm within how many feet? I'm within 90 feet.
You are currently 105 feet away from it.
Oh, okay. I should have just moved over straight over, but that's okay.
Yeah, that is gonna hit.
Woohoo! All right.
Kept screaming in my head, miss, 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 and you got a 19.
Oh.
Tisk, tisk. Note to self, make wyvern stronger in future. Give armor plating for reasons, question mark? All right, 16 points of damage.
And I guess I can bring my spiritual weapon over toward me, or no, it can only move it 20 feet.
You can move your spiritual weapon 20 feet. So, yeah. Depends on where you want to move it.
Depends.
The diapers?
Now, if I want to, I can't dispel that one and then redo it in the same, right?
You could actually, because or no, you couldn't, because you already casted Guiding Bolt.
Okay.
So you can't cast 2 leveled spells. You could move it 20 feet, but the only thing you could do right now would be a standard bonus action or forge elemental weapon, which, yeah.
Oh shoot! And I messed things up for us because I wouldn't have been able to do that spirit weapon earlier. Whoops.
Why?
Because I had already done guiding bolt.
Oh yeah, you know what? No, you're right. So yeah, we'll chalk that one up to DM fuck up.
No, that's okay. Both of us messed up.
Yeah,
okay, then that's all. I think I'll be good.
Maybe
there.
one day we'll get a good DM.
Maybe one day you guys will all get it in your heads and realize that I'm just a terrible DM and don't remember shit.
Maybe one day I'll learn how to play and honor my DM.
You know what it is? It's why the only person that will always be in my games will pretty much be Smith, and that's because Smith remembers the rules and holds me to them.
Yeah, Smith, come on. Why didn't you remember that? Iggy.
He also plays against the players, too. He always remembers the rules against the players' best interests as well, which I love. All right, so what happened here? That's true. So what happened here is you hit this wyvern with a guiding bolt. As soon as you do, it lets go of the commoner that it is carrying. You see this one likewise fall the 30 feet to the ground, their body becoming a ragdoll as they hit and die from the fall. As that happens, the wyvern turns around. It stops its approach. It is currently glowing with a faint glow, thanks to Albina. Let me just turn that on.
Is he bloodied?
Albina?
Yeah, because Albina casts Guiding Bolt. So, and Guiding Bolt has the wonderful property that whenever you hit a creature with it, it mystically glows dim light until the end of your next turn, and the first attack against it has advantage.
I'm gonna say leave that one to me.
Well, it is saying leave anime for me, leave Iluna for me. Because it is flying down and is going to attempt to attack Iluna. I got to reduce its elevation.
75.
Nope, it is down on the ground as it slides to a halt, and that is a 26, a 14, and a 22. So, Iluna, you are going to take 10 points of piercing damage as it grinds to a halt, bites into you. As you are bit, it takes its tail, swings it around, and impales you in the side. You're going to take another 9 points of piercing damage as that happens, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Jesus Christ!
You fucking made it drop its lunch. All right.
Can I re-roll that, or is that good enough?
Do you have inspiration?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
That seems a bit low. Spectacular.
Well, sweet. We
marks.
we always take the next roll because that's how that works. All right. So, Stacy, you are going to take 32 points of poison damage, and you are currently poisoned.
That's not a element.
No, it is a conditioned though. So that means that you will have disadvantage on attacks and ability checks for the next.
Do I need to mark the poison thing?
Yes, under your conditions. You will be poisoned. Mm-hmm.
It keeps telling the chat that I'm poisoned.
Oh yeah, no. It'll remind you. It'll remind everyone at home that you're poisoned. So you are poisoned for the next hour. All right, so that is going to be its turn. Smith. That's a 15 and a 19. So that is going to hit on the 19.
Shield.
Okay, go ahead and use your spell slot. All right. So this wyvern flies up to you. And as it does, it is swinging its tail wildly at you. But you are able to cast your magical shield just in time to avoid the poisonous barbs that just hit Iluna. Me. Me. It is your turn.
All right. The W2 fly above Smith, so I can't get sneak attack.
He is 10 feet away from him, so he's got some range on his 2 attacks.
Oh, actually, wait. You said he failed the attack because of shield, right?
Yes.
Is he within 60 feet of me?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to use Vicious Mockery with Petty.
Okay. So I need to roll a DC 12 Wisdom save. He fails. So go ahead and roll your damage.
I go ahead and yell out, "No wonder you're not a real dragon. You can't even hit him."
You bitch.
He takes 5 sidekick damage.
Yeah, he
and
does.
he has disadvantage on his next attack roll before the end of my next turn.
All right. So that was your reaction.
Yep. And now I can just go ahead and shoot him. That's 22 to hit.
All right. That hits, obviously.
We're gonna load it with... I went ahead and rolled before I said I was going to load it, so it's fine. That is 7 piercing damage.
All right.
I don't get sneak attack or any of that fancy stuff.
Correct.
This shot, I'm going to go ahead and load with a necrotic bolt.
Okay.
Man, I'm down to 1 bolt now.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
19.
Okay.
That's 8 piercing damage. And 4 necrotic.
All right. Still flying, but you can see that it is kind of like, starting to lose its elevation.
And that's my turn. Since it says the end of my next turn, I'm assuming this is my next turn, so it doesn't get the disadvantage, I assume.
For what?
Or for Petty?
No, it is the creature's next turn.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so
okay.
It has disadvantage on the next attack roll it makes before the end of its next turn.
Gotcha.
So,
all right. And yeah, that's
Seftis,
all I can do.
It is your turn. The one that you were shooting at has flown back.
I will shoot W4, I think.
Bone horse. All right, so the one that is attacking Iluna. That is going to miss.
Inspiration.
Okay. That is going to hit. All right. 15. That's going to hit. All right. 17.
And I'm done.
Okay. 2 arrows hit into this one that you are impaled by, or that you are impaled by, Luna, as you see 2 arrows just into its side. It lets out a cry as it's reeling back to smack you again. But it can't yet, as it is Smith's turn. Smith, you got a wyvern in your face about 10 feet away.
Oh, yeah.
Let's do Chromatic Orb.
Okay.
Let's do it as a level 2. Let's see here. Put it as a level 2, why not?
I will be right back. Jared, do you know what my game plan is?
Yes, I do.
You sneaky bitches doing.
I specifically had to target somebody else because he wanted to do something stupid. So I know what he's doing.
Don't make me hurt Crandrew over this. I'll do it.
You know what? Do it. Crandrew's a bitch anyways.
I would not hurt him.
That'll be it.
Right.
Someone that misses.
I haven't seen it, actually. It has not popped up on my side.
12.
12 would miss. All right. So, it is Aaron's turn. Jared, what is Aaron doing?
He is telefragging W4.
Oh, that son of a bitch.
Because he said it is... Creatures larger than you must make the save with disadvantage and take 10d10 force damage on a failed save.
Yeah. All right, hold on. Okay, so I gotta move him first. And then to make a dex save, which that failed.
This is the message he sent me upon going, attack W2, don't touch W4, I want it. And I said, all right.
Okay, I'm just gonna roll for this damage because he's not here. This is gross. I don't know why I ever added this spell. All right. Iluna.
What?
Oh, I know what spell it is now. I just suddenly remembered. Yeah. Oh, God.
So, Iluna, as you are, you're standing right next to this fence. This wyvern has basically come crashing down. It bit at you, clawed at you, impaled you with its tail spikes, and then all of a sudden 2 arrows hit into its chest. The next thing you know, you see cracks starting to form in its scales and skin, and those cracks begin to glow with a bright light, and moments later, this thing grows one size as its body balloons out and then sprays blood and viscera in a 10-foot area. As from that space, you see you standing inside of where this wyvern just was. I need you, Iluna, to make a dex save, though.
Rawr, I'm a dinosaur. Sorry, rawr, I'm a dragon.
Or wait, so I said dex. It was supposed to be strength, but that's fine. We'll just use the 7 for that. All right. So as this happens, you are just you are kind of like stymied backwards, but you don't fall prone or down. But yeah, so standing where this wyvern was, you see you just covered in blood and guts. I wish I would have given them more health.
Thank you, Jared.
You are so welcome. As soon as he said, "What is Aaron doing?" and I said, "Telefrag," he goes, "Oh no."
All right, Iluna. Speaking of which, it is your turn.
What's left?
Only.
Yeah, only fucking Aaron. He is the only one who has Telefrag, luckily.
I'm probably gonna give myself some temporary hit points,
Okay.
but I can't remember if that's an action or a bonus action.
With what spell or what ability?
Not. No, nature veils invisible. Oh my goodness. I just had it. Oh, it's up here. Depth Explorer. 1d8 plus 2. That's an action. Ugh.
Mm-hmm.
Takes my whole action. I need a bonus action.
Oh, you're talking about tireless. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I mean, your bonus action, you could cast Healing Word. All right, so what you doing?
Yeah, I guess I'll do a Healing Word.
Okay.
And
all right, Crandrew, you go back. The threat's over. All right, so are you casting it at oh yeah, I guess actually you'd only be able to cast it at first level. I always forget about that.
That's the case.
Yep.
It's just a couple years.
Yeah, it's just because it's from your magic initiate. So yeah, so go ahead and roll 1d4 plus 2.
It's just a use, not a lot.
Yep. All right, so 5 hit points back to you.
Ugh. And then
Run into the caravan and hide.
No, from right where I'm at, I'm alright. Well, I can move after I shoot. Oh, Anime's within range too now.
Anime would also need to attack with your bonus action, which you just used up.
Bonus action, yes. It was. So we'll just shoot with my bow.
Okay.
Well, there's only one left now. Aw, so close. A 19.
All right, go ahead and roll the damage. Okay. You shoot that arrow at the one that is in front of Smith. You can see it beginning to wind up its tail, but before it is able to strike, you are able to kill it.
Oh, I didn't know it was that close to dying. Somehow, I got final blows on 2 of them. But damn!
That's not the end.
Really good. Not the end.
Remember, Smith is still concentrating on a banishment.
I was gonna ask. I don't think I know how those work.
So Smith, what would you like Iggy to do?
Oh, I wanted to move after I shot.
Go ahead. You can move.
Are all the wyverns dead other than the one that I banished?
Correct.
Now, do I know if it's from a different plane of existence? I'm assuming not.
You can safely assume that it is not.
Okay, so it's coming back then.
It is.
I will warn everyone about that and give everyone time to prepare. And Iggy will. Can we all prepare an action?
I mean, combat is still. Yeah, I mean, combat is still rolling. You guys can all prepare. You can all ready actions.
Okay. Now he'll like appear in the same spot, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Which is like up in the air, right, away from people.
Yeah, he was 60 feet up in the air.
Okay, yeah, we'll use an
right
fireball,
above those two ladies in the bush, though, right?
Somewhere around there.
We'll prepare an ice ball for Iggy.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So, yeah, that's fine. Albina, do you want to prepare anything and move?
Yeah, I kind of just yell over, "Hey, Smith, that thing's gonna. Where's it gonna be coming from?"
Oh, point
and
the direction where
he answers me.
Smith points over into this general area.
Over there.
So I'm gonna run. I think this is like 30. I can't see 30.
Yep.
And I will prepare a guiding bolt for when I see it.
Okay.
Go from there.
Just go ahead, Smith. Roll the damage for Iggy's fireball or ice ball. Albina, go ahead and roll your attack as well, and your damage.
Okay.
As long as you hit a 13, go ahead and roll the damage. Me, what are you preparing? Jared.
I'm gonna ready a crossbow bolt.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna load it with one of the dragon acid bolts.
Okay. So go ahead and roll the attack and the damage for that.
All right.
And Cephtis, what would you like to prepare?
Yeah, flaming arrow.
Okay.
Original.
Smith, are you going to? Well, actually, you wouldn't be able to, because
there you go.
You would have to concentrate on reading that. So what are you casting, or what are you preparing?
What's going on?
Smith is. Yeah, Smith is going to be dismissing his banishment on this dragon. So you all get to prepare your actions.
What did he just call it? Just kidding.
It's a wyvern, not a dragon.
Whatever. Its character, its creature type is still dragon.
I'm just teasing.
Yeah, you get to prepare anything that's one action.
I'll do Eldritch Blast.
Okay. And Luna, what are you preparing?
Just my moon bow.
All right. So.
Hold on. Can I dismiss it on my turn?
You can dismiss it whenever.
Okay.
Like,
so
I was.
Can I get a first attack on it type of deal?
Yeah, because I was more or less just making sure that I knew what everyone was gonna do. So Aaron and Stacy, make sure you guys roll your and Cephtis, make sure you guys roll your attacks and your damage so that I can just calculate all of this now. It's gonna make my life a lot easier. But yeah, Smith, you can dispel it whenever you want.
Okay. Did you see Iggy's roll, by the way?
I did, yes.
Okay. So, I can dispel it and then cast Fireball on it?
Well, if you do it right before your turn, but it might already be dead the moment that you bring this thing back.
No, yeah. Okay.
So we'll see.
We do just one attack, or like.
If you take the attack, if you have multi-attack or extra attack, you get 2 attacks per attack action.
Okay. Oh, I just got 20 on my second one.
I
Nice.
do not have that. I only get 2 attacks because of
your bonus action, right?
Yep.
So Cephas and Iluna, who have extra attack as a feature, are able to attack twice when they ready because they get 2 attacks per action.
Yeah.
Oh, there's my damage. I was like, I didn't see it for a second.
Okay.
Well, I get a whopping 1 attack.
Okay, so...
Oh, never mind. Anime's my bonus action. She doesn't have her own.
That. Okay. All right. So here is what happens. As soon as these other wyverns are killed, the last one exploding when you telefragged into it. At this point, Smith still has that concentration on banishment going, and tells everyone to prepare to hit this thing as soon as it comes back. And Smith, as soon as you dispel this, you see the wyvern pop back into existence. It kind of looks around, trying to take in everything that it can, as for the past, 30 seconds or so, this thing has been just somewhere beyond the veil of its comprehension. And as soon as it comes back, a massive ice ball goes off, centered right on top of it. Multiple arrows fly up. Spells of all kinds of varieties are being cast at this thing. And as soon as the cloud of ice clears, you see a frozen wyvern body covered in marks and pocks just fall to the ground and hit with this massive thud that kind of shakes the area.
Nice.
Combat is now over.
Yeah, fuck you, dragons.
As soon as it's over, you hear the townsfolk now kind of screaming in terror, as while you guys were preparing this, they were starting to make their way over to those who had been attacked, and starting to gather up some of the preparing to move as quickly as they could. And you can hear them, the ones that were out in the field, you could hear people screaming and shouting, we need somebody over here. They're ripped to shreds. Their fucking insides are out.
Their insides are outsides, and their outsides are inside.
Yeah. So while this is going on, what are you guys doing?
Healing.
Laughing at the carnage.
seeing what dragon scales I can pick off of one of the wyverns, or one of the wyvern scales.
Okay, what is anybody else doing?
How much I can do. I'm trying to help out as whatever I can, I guess.
I don't think there's anything I can really do for these people, for their lost ones. You said everyone died when they fell, pretty much.
The ones that were hoisted up into the air, when they came crashing down, yes, they did just die, basically turning into ragdolls.
Is there anything we can? I don't think there's any kind of. I was thinking if anyone had any kind of spells to help, calm the people down.
Yeah, I mean,
tranquilize them.
there are,
but I don't
like I
think
said,
have
there are
anything like
people
that.
kind of running around in a frantic panic. You actually see one of the ones come from the field and runs up to you, Albina, with one of the ones that was killed out there, and they're holding this young child in their arms. And, please help him. Can you do anything? And like you look down at this kid, and he's probably in his young teens, but like there is a massive gash across his chest. You can see that the flesh is kind of like curled and gnarled, as this was one of the ones that was bitten, and it was kind of like ripped away, and you can see there's really not much left inside of him.
So like he's no longer living at the moment.
Yeah, beyond dead.
Okay.
I hear this, and I'm gonna run up and kind of do a medicine check to see how badly his outsides are inside and his insides are outsides.
Okay, roll me a medicine check. Also, Jared, if you're trying to scavenge anything from those dragons, roll me a nature check.
Heard that.
16.
Yeah, you his lower intestines are gone.
Okay.
18.
So,
can you do anything to help him?
I'm going to use deception.
Okay.
Or, I don't know if it will be deception or not, but I'm like, yes, lay him on the ground. And I'm going to kind of rub my hands together, put him over his body, and kind of use minor illusion to kind of do like little to shock him.
Oh, for fuck's sakes.
What are you doing to him? What are you doing?
Trying to keep him alive.
At this point, I'm just like,
there's no helping
I
him.
just put my hand on his shoulder. I'm just like, no, stop you. Just stop.
You see this, you see one of the townsfolk runs up. He's like, well, of course he's not gonna fucking make it. His fucking insides aren't in there. What the fuck is wrong with you? You guys are supposed to be the saviors of Phandalin. What the fuck?
At this time, I just try to calm everybody, and I say, you know, their wounds are too much, but what we can do is get them the proper burial and a proper, get them all wrapped up properly and say our goodbye to them. That's the least that we can do for them.
Albina, roll me a persuasion check.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I rolled medicine thinking that was supposed to be what I rolled. Like showing, like, you know, like looking over the body and saying, you know, what we really can do is just honor them.
Buff in it?
No, you cannot. At
this point, when you're just sitting there minor illusioning
as your act has actually detrimented.
That they're just too, that you've completely just overwhelmed them, and they're beyond disturbed now with your actions. They're not even gonna believe a word I say.
So with a 9, you see that there's a few people around here that are like taking what you're saying, and they're basically looking at you for guidance and, you know, for reasoning, but you can see there is a number of these townfolk that are like staring at you and at Albina in just pure disbelief of everything that just happened. And as this goes on, they are picking up the bodies. You see that a couple of them have gone out to retrieve the one that was out in the field, and they're taking them back over to one of the wagons, where you can see now a group of commoners has started to come out, as there were people traveling in the one wagon, just kind of dismayed at everything that was going on. And as they're coming out, you hear the one say, we could feel that the wagon stopped, but we couldn't hear anything in there. What happened? And one of the groups of commoners that was over by you, Albina, and you, they walk over and they go, oh, well, the fucking heroes of Phandalin let half of us get fucking slaughtered out here. That's what happened. Look at this.
I made no promises to little Timmy.
You were supposed to help us. We were going to Lylon in hopes that you would be leading us there for a new life, not so we could be attacked again. I lost my wife in the attack on Phandalin. And now I have to deal with this?
Let me make a call.
I was going to say, me will yell towards going, would you rather be you fighting for your own self and then all of you die instead of some of you? We didn't prepare for wyverns.
I would rather not be lied to, that I am in safe hands with all of you. I would rather be told alive? That you are not competent enough to save all of us.
Oh, yes, because we can definitely one-shot a wyvern, just like how you can go ahead and one-shot a wyvern. Because we're only people. Yeah, and we protected what we could.
He looks around.
Luna would say we were ambushed, and she's pretty badly hurt. I'm now poisoned. You're now poisoned.
My wife was melted.
We could.
My wife was melted.
Congratulations! My entire crew died as I watched the ship sink.
Then you know my pain.
I do, and guess
what? And you are callous about it and do not care.
And then go ahead and don't throw a huge fit with what you have available. We did what we could. Just how I did with my crew. You all ran and panicked. Maybe next time throw a stone or something at the beast. At least you could maybe give it a mild concussion.
This lasted 30 seconds.
What did you say? What did you say, Steve?
We have to keep this one alive.
As this is all going on, you hear a voice kind of speak out over top of some of the other voices here, and you recognize this as the voice of Reginald Ridgewell Hawks, who at this point you see he just suddenly appears out of nowhere on the front caravan and says, you know, I understand that all of you are in strange spirits, but if these things attacked us, it might do us best to get a move on quickly. Gather your dead and let us get a move on should we not face more fear of attack. We are sitting in the open.
Me will go ahead and be like, nah, we'll just leave them. They don't want our protection anyways, according to that jackass.
When you say that to him, he goes, well, you know what? Maybe you're not as good as you think you are, and maybe some of us are better off on our own.
I never said I was good. I never said I was a part of this group anyways.
Well, good.
So go on, walk off on your own, and when a wyvern comes and picks you up and eats you, I'll make sure I remember you when he drops a deuce.
Well, maybe some of us don't need your protection, as you clearly can't do a full job. Lylon. The fucking promise of Lylon. All those fucking fishes down there.
I like fish.
We're moving our whole lives out to there. Because our town was attacked. Probably looking for them. Ever since this group showed up. Phandalin has been nothing but hell.
Nope. We heard about this dragon before we showed up. That's why we came to your town.
What, these? The one that killed my wife?
The white dragon was what called us.
The white dragon. The white dragon that never once touched down in Phandalin. I don't even believe it exists.
I'll proceed to pull out all the white dragon scales and be like, you're right, because it doesn't exist anymore. We killed it.
A pile of scales. He looks around at some of the people and says, look at this. They produce a pile of scales. What a great thing. They have saved us from one threat. But they let our town be attacked, and we just suffered more losses at their hands. I do not think this group that is claiming to lead us to salvation is our true salvation.
I
And
never
for
claimed
that,
anything.
We
well then your claims of nothingness precede you. We were told that you were great heroes. We were told that you were giving us a way to recover. Everyone
we're
from
taking you to
Phandalin
a town,
spoke
and
your
if
praises.
we get ambushed and people die, you all would have died if we didn't kill the 4 wyverns. But I guess according to you, that doesn't matter. He pulls out his crossbow and goes, "So do you wish to join your wife?"
If you weren't here, I would not be. I would still be in Axholm. If you weren't here, I would still be in Phandalin, because it would never have been attacked, because it was you showed up, and then we got attacked.
Whoa. I didn't do anything.
Oh, brother.
You see a few folks start to look over at him, and there's some murmurs across the crowd as they are starting to bring back their dead.
All right, you heard them. Go on, you. Resurrect the wyverns. They said they want to fight them on their own without our help.
I'm gonna just cast silence over everybody.
When you say that, the people start to like scream. You actually hear like women and children screaming and running for cover.
Me goes and sits himself back on the front caravan, and he goes, "I don't care. I'm going back. I was told what I need to do, and that's what I'm gonna do."
While this is going on, yeah, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. No, I cast silence on particularly the one who's just being very like crazy, and I'm just like just keep moving, you just let him vent. But I don't know if he's gonna realize that I cast silence around.
Yeah, I mean, all of a sudden there is just kind of this like mute over him. You can see he's standing there shouting and go. You can see that his mouth, he's like trying to scream, but obviously there are no sounds. And so he starts like running in a direction, and all of a sudden gets out of the sphere of silence. And why are you doing this? You are supposed to be helping us.
I was hoping they would stop.
You are not helping. You have the day.
Why are you yelling at me?
Why
are you yelling at me?
I have lost
Nope. Why
everything.
are you yelling at me? Why are you yelling at me? Stop it.
I have lost
Stop it.
I will not. I have lost everything.
Yeah?
The
Do you have a home to go
that this group showed up in town, I was there at the tavern the day they arrived. And he points to Iluna, and he says, "She is the only one that is still around. What happened to the rest of you? Did you all die out there? Half of you just go missing. Did you realize you were doing wrong?"
in the Shadowfell.
The Shadowfell, the land of fairy tales, the dark realm.
Just because you've never seen it doesn't make it not true.
Yes, well, I have seen. I have seen the terrors that have come about because of your interference. And I do not need to see anymore. And he looks around at the group. He says, "They will lead you to your deaths. Danger follows them wherever they tread. And if you all travel to Lylon with them, you will find your deaths. As for me, I am turning back, and I'm going to Tribor. I will go back to Phandalin for all I care, and I will rebuild. But I am not going to Lylon. This is a clear indication you cannot handle what is going on, and you are nothing but death to us."
As he's yelling that, I'll look to the rest of the people that are standing there as well, and I'll yell and be like, "Or you can come to Lylon, which is the city we saved, which is already starting to rebuild, and isn't starting from scratch, but the choice is yours."
Jared, go ahead and roll persuasion.
Iluna would look for...
Can I give him advantage?
17.
Sure.
Since he normally doesn't talk for the...
You're right, I normally do the intimidation tactic.
Yeah. I normally do all of your talking.
Sure. What were you saying, Stacy?
Luna would look for Lenine and Asdalor. I assume they're trying to calm everyone in the same fashion, though.
They are, while this is all going on, they're climbing out of the one wagon that housed the people. They were in there ready to defend some of the women and children that were in there should anything go awry. And as they are stepping out, they kind of look around and you make eye contact with Lenine as this is all going on.
Yeah, I would briefly explain we were ambushed. I assumed she didn't really see too much.
She didn't see anything because it was only until after the combat did the wagon open up.
Right. By 4, we'll call them small dragons.
Wyverns.
Well, I don't know what Lenine knows what a wyvern is.
I know what a wyvern is.
You's just gonna correct you either way.
I know what wyverns are. There was 4 of them, you said.
Yeah. They came from nowhere.
I feared for
I don't
this.
know if they just saw our caravan and were hungry. I tried talking to them in Draconic, but I didn't get a response. I'm not sure of their communication levels.
They are beasts, in my opinion. I have fought them once before, but I didn't kill them. This was many years ago.
Trust is wavering in some of your...
You see Asdalor comes out and he says, I feared that this might happen. With the dragon gone, the other predators are going to be restaking their territories. Oh, this is not good. And when you say that, or when he says that, you see that one guy says, Oh, so the dragon's gone, and now there's going to be more dangerous things in this whole area. Lovely. Well, best to it than get out. You rolled a 13 on persuasion. You see Lenine...
Well, yeah.
I didn't roll a 13.
That was... I'm sorry. I was rolling religion and persuasion, but I wasn't sure which one.
I was going to say, I rolled a 17 on my persuasion of telling them either go to the town that's starting to rebuild or go off and try and start from scratch and see if you live or die.
Well, what were you rolling religion and persuasion
well,
for?
I was trying to pray and ask my God to give me the words to calm these people, and just tell them, how many times I've seen people fall in battle and how many losses I've had, and that we all understand their feeling, but staying idle here, we're sitting ducks, and we're pretty much gonna be all dead if we don't, grieve and continue moving. But I didn't know, I wasn't sure if I had to get a certain check for religion before I could do my...
You're better off just saying what you're doing, and then I'll give you the... If you need to make a check, I'll let you know.
Oh, okay.
So, as you say this, he kind of looks at you and says, I've seen enough. I have seen enough bloodshed. And I do not think that it is in Lylon that we will find salvation or safety. I do not feel safe around any of you. I do not think any of you are safe with them. And if you think that as well, then we shall make our way to Tribor. We will see if we can find safety there.
Has attacked. Isn't that where they were attacked? Near Tribor Trail with the boar?
No. That Tribor is a town. That is a few days travel to the east. You guys are going west.
Well, in response to that, I would just say, well, none of you are hostages. You're all you're all free to go on your own accord. We're not forcing anyone to come with us. We've done our best, and that's all I'm gonna say.
I just want to know if my persuasion persuaded anyone.
No. So with this, you see that this guy starts to march his way east, basically heading back the way that you guys came. And he looks back and says, well, I'll travel there myself if nobody wants to join. And as he's walking past a few people, you see people look over towards all of you. They look at the dead that have been brought together over next to one of the carts, and a few of them start to join him. All in all, come on, damn it, need that. Come on, there we go. All in all, about a dozen and a half folk start to follow after him.
Did my persuasion keep some with us, or?
I mean, you see that there are more staying than there are leaving.
Okay, yeah, because I was just like, that was never concluded. Everybody just started talking, and I'm like,
yeah.
well, we never talked about mine.
Believe me, I wanted to see what everybody else would do, and wanted to account for that before I adjudicated anything.
Oh, sorry, Jared. I didn't even realize. I always try to roll first. Sorry.
So, when this happens, you see Lenine looks at this, this almost 20 people that are walking away as they are going up to the carts, grabbing their belongings, and starting to leave.
No, this shit ain't yours no more.
The one guy looks at you and says, excuse me?
Me will look at you and be like, let them take it. They need all the help they can get.
You would have no
help in the world.
You would have no claim to deny me of my own property.
Pretty sure this is the property of, where are we going again?
This is all I have.
Lylon.
My house was destroyed. My life upheaved. This is all I have left, what is in this bag, and you have no right to claim any domain over it.
I never claiming anything. It belongs to the town.
It is mine.
Is your name on it?
He punches you in the face.
Okay, hellish rebuke.
Okay.
Oh, for fuck's sake! Migos head, it tells him
You're
to just
not
knock
making
it
it any better for the rest to stay.
Before he does anything, before the punches hit, he's gonna try and stop him.
This is happening.
Okay.
Aaron, go ahead and roll the damage for hellish rebuke. All right, so you see this guy as he is trying to take as he's going to take his bag, and you says this, there's that moment between them. This commoner hauls off and hits Aaron in the chest, basically doing no damage to him whatsoever. But as soon as he hits, you hear mutter something under his breath and speak an incantation, and the moment he does, this man is lit ablaze, taking more damage than would kill him 5 or 7 times over.
No, so you just hear me, because since he doesn't do any damage to me, because I have to be damaged in order for this to go off.
Right, he dealt you 1 damage.
Okay, because I want to say you said he deals no damage, and then this goes up.
Sorry, it's practically no damage. It's 1d4
He punches you and heals you because he does negative damage.
Sorry, my apology. It's 1d4 bludgeoning.
Like, even if he did no damage, I would have been okay with that. He would have just heard muttering go off, and then I would have just done, like minor illusion to put flames around him. So he would get no damage.
Are you casting hellish rebuke?
Do I get damage?
And I say to him in primordial, you're gonna scare him off.
You take 1 point of damage. He hit you. You said that you cast hellish rebuke and you rolled the damage.
All right, I'll stick with it.
Okay, so
You did say I take no damage, but then I take damage.
which you then, even after I said you cast Hellish Rebuke.
Not realizing I wouldn't have taken damage.
Well, like I said, he swung, punched you in the chest, and suddenly you all see this man erupt in flames. As soon as this happens, people start screaming and running from this.
Oh, there goes the bit that I tried saving.
As the crowd is moving as far away from you as possible, you see Lenine and Asdalor run up, and they grab you. And Asdalor looks at you. He has a dagger pulled and is like holding it towards you and says, "What the hell are you doing?"
Yep.
It was a reaction. I'm sorry.
You just killed him.
He hit me.
You're trying to argue for these people to come with us. You just set him ablaze.
I'm sorry?
As soon as this happens, you see a large crowd starting to run towards those that were trying to escape. Most of them leaving behind the supplies that are on the wagons and just running away. And a group that has joined over by some of the rest of you, like watching on in terror as you did this.
Me's just standing there, and he throws his hands up and he goes, "I give up!" And he goes to crawl back into the caravan. He's done. He hates everyone. He hates everything. He crawls back into the caravan. He's given up.
Earlier, when I was saying Iluna would seek out Lenine and Asdalor, she wanted to, one, make them aware, and two, follow their lead. Because the trust has gone downhill. And I don't think they got a chance to do much of that.
They did not, because that one guy
We
was
have a
going
loose cannon.
That one guy was going to grab his supplies, and the moment that happened, you stepped in. So Lenine is currently
and Vina and me are trying to defuse everything.
Lenine is currently behind you, and she goes up behind you and says, "You need to stop. Put your hands behind your back now." As you hear the sound of shackles behind you.
Okay.
If I cannot trust you with the safety of the folk that I have been entrusted with, then I have nothing. I put all of my faith in this party. The two of you showed up out of nowhere when the town was attacked, and you said you wanted to help. The rest of them have helped us, and now this. Tensions were high, and you made it worse. Until I know that I can trust you, you will walk shackled, or you will not go with us.
Okay.
And you feel cold steel wrap around your wrists as she takes your staff of power.
Can you hand that to me?
Asdalor grabs it and says, "I will hold on to this."
In Me's defense, he did nothing. He went ahead and tried persuading them and everything.
Lenine steps forward and says, "Until our trust is restored in any of you, you have all freely walked with him. Do you all condone his activities? What he has done here?"
No. Well, she should have heard Iluna shout at him, "What have you done?" She's trying not to walk away because she really could use to heal herself, which is what she would have been doing, but...
Me will yell just from the cart or whatever, going, "I tried stopping him. The only man that could stop him is long dead, as I described before about our captain."
He's always been helpful to our party. I just would look at him in shock and just look at Lenine like I don't know what happened.
The only one who's not surprised about this is me, because he knew long ago the only people that he'd meet or you would not touch is the party members and his crewmates. He could care less about anyone else. Me just doesn't care and gave up.
So as you look around, you can see that the crowd that has ran off to the east comprised about 60% of those that have left Axholm. As the ones that remain, they look around to the rest of you and to Lenine, and you see Lenine just goes and sits up on one of the wagons with this cold kind of emotion and says, "Everyone that is going to Lylon, get on the wagons and let us move before we are attacked again."
Albina's gonna walk up to you. Oh, sorry.
No, you're fine. I was just gonna say, you hear some quiet shuffling as the folks are returning to the wagons.
You said there's a group that is starting to leave.
Yeah, about 60% of the amount of people that left Axholm with all of you has joined that small collective that did not, that did not feel really safe around you guys, that were heading to Tribor.
Iluna wants to talk with them, but with Lenine. Just one short, brief moment, if they'll give her a moment.
You can see at this point they're, they have ran off. So, I mean, they're about 200-300 feet away. What do you say to Lenine about this?
I'll let her know who her father is, and that our pact with Neverwinter Council, they trusted us, and they know far more than we do about what's going on. But we know that the dangers are growing, not just here, but across the lands.
She kind of like shakes. She shakes her head.
Be safer.
She shakes her head and she says, "So there are worse things out there in this world. But if everywhere is dangerous, you're not going to convince them with that. You can try. I just want to get home. I want to have a place where I can sit down. I am so tired after all of this."
As are we.
Then try as you might to convince them. They are not going to listen to me as long as I am siding with you. As you are, I am putting my trust and faith that you are leading us to some sanctuary.
Lylon's safer than Phandalin. It's already rebuilding. I wouldn't know where else to take you guys.
She just shrugs her shoulders.
Albina will walk over. Lenine's right next to you, right?
You has been taken over to one of the carts and is next to Asdalor.
Oh, okay. Well, I was just gonna walk over to Lenine and say, "I'll be with him the rest of this trip, so you can rest assured nothing will happen against anyone here." And then I walk over to you and Asdalor, and sit with them.
See, Azdalor kind of gives you a bit of a side eye. Does Iluna...
And I'm just gonna say to you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I'm gonna just say to you, like, you just need to relax. I'm not gonna let anything happen to you while you're shackled, but we need to take care of the rest of the people here. And then I'll get on and sit down.
Okay. Does Iluna do anything to go and convince the group of people that is leaving?
Yep. She feels that they're safer, that Lylon's safer place to go to. That's it.
Roll me a persuasion check with disadvantage.
And that they are on this mission, our group, under, I don't know, under the, not the protection. Oh, okay, I think of the stupid word.
As all of them are talking from one of the caravans, you start to hear snoring. Me has fallen asleep.
Under the orders of never when, and oh man. And I want to, I don't know, I want to hand them something, anything that seems extra to help, but I don't even know what I have.
As you approach, you hear some of the people kind of
chain shirts.
Huh?
Oh, there's stuff in my bag. Like, there's a couple medium armor chain shirts that aren't being used. A dagger?
Just throw out everything that you have to protect them.
Do you pull out the chain shirts and dagger?
Yeah, I think I have like a javelin. I have to make sure some of this stuff's like stored for like this. Luckily, I put the notes in. Stored for Albina.
You have 4 javelins.
I have 4 javelins? Yeah, I don't think I'm ever going to use them. Oh, it does say 4.
Rest assured, Albina would be fine with you giving them if it was to get them to come back with us. So you know Albina well enough that you're like, she'll be fine.
She'll be fine. But so, yeah, I'll grab the chain. Well, I have 2 chain shirts for some reason. A dagger, which I don't. I think that's separate. Yeah, in the bag of holding. And javelins.
Okay.
Why is there a short sword in there? I'm not going to give them a short sword. I don't know how well trained they might be with that.
Okay. So you head over. As you are there, I mean, you have extra, like you are a little bit faster than they are. So you are able to catch up with them pretty quickly, even though they are moving at a good pace. As you get up to them, you're trying to stop them, trying to get them to hear you out. What do you say to them?
That we're doing our best under the orders of the Neverwinter Council, and they know that the dragons are coming, and the cultists are coming, and we feel that Lylon is safer than Tribor, and that they might not make it to Tribor, but we will make it to Lylon.
If you are sent here by the people of Neverwinter, why did they not send guards? Why did they not send a bigger force to help you? Why would they simply send a small band of adventurers to move an entire town? That does not seem very smart of them. The dangers presented alone. If you knew that there are more cultists and more dragons, why would you risk us moving from the safety of the fortress? You knew this would happen.
No.
So you are ignorant to the reality of what has happened then. You had no clue that this would happen. So you led us blindly into death.
We know that Lylon is being rebuilt and is being safe, and that Phandalin isn't.
Right. The town that was attacked by a dragon and by people that could spit acid is less safe than the town you are leading us to, which could still be attacked by dragons. You said dragons are coming, and you said cultists are coming, so there are more that are following you. So why would we come with you?
Not here, following us.
How do you know?
They're everywhere. You won't be safe to tribal.
So we will be safe nowhere. So you are saying there is nowhere safe. So what do you suggest, Miss Elf? What is your suggestion?
That you stay with the people who have magic.
Oh.
Skills.
Stay with the people that have magic. That makes sense. We will...
Yeah, we took out these 4 wyvern in 30 seconds.
Right.
And yes, some of you...
Some of us have died.
Lost, but all of you could have.
So we will go to the people that have magic. We will travel to Longsaddle. We will travel beyond Tribor to the east and go to Longsaddle, where some of the grandest wizards are. We will travel all the way to Miriabar. Or even better, Silvery Moon, past the Evermoors, where some of the grandest wizards live. And we will go east, because it is not where you are going. You will lead us to death, and you will be our demise. And I pray to whichever gods that you follow and worship, that you find peace in that knowledge. But I will not follow you to the east, to the west. But I will not follow you to the west, because you will lead us to our death, and I would rather take my chances east.
Then take this.
Ooh.
And this is where you take out the chainmail, the dagger, and the javelins?
You'll need all the protection you can have.
You had armor and weapons? Why did you not give us that before we left?
As I said here...
None of you protected yourself.
We ran because we were unarmed. You had javelins? You had armor?
I mean, if you don't want them, I'll go.
I would feel tainted taking them now, knowing that they are coated in the blood of those that have died today, because you could have given them us before we left the fortress, so we could have defended ourselves. Put weapons in our hands so we can help. But no, it was the adventurers sent from Neverwinter, the illustrious Phandalin Five, that we have heard all the tales about. How you killed the orcs north of Conaberry. How you took down a manticore. How you wiped out hordes of enemies that stood in your way to keep us safe. And you lead us into death, hoarding weapons and armors that could have helped us. I spit on the ground you walk on, and I wish you all the best in your life in Lylon. And he turns and starts walking away with the entire group.
Oh my goodness.
Me is asleep during this part. He gave up.
They just...
Yeah, we're not. None of us are even there. It's just
do you take back the armor and weapons, because they don't take them?
If they don't want them, I mean, Iluna had them. They were going to be given.
My simple question is: do you take them back?
Yep.
Okay.
Because her other use is for Lylon.
Okay.
What do you mean? We're not going to be welcome
boy.
back into Lylon. We're now the enemies of Phandalin. Nobody wants us anymore. I'm living for this. The Pirate King is back.
Okay. So, do you go and rejoin the group?
Yeah.
Okay. As you head back, you see Lenine looks over her shoulder, sees the other group walking away. She just kind of shakes her head. She says, "Let's go. Well, we still have daylight. We need to make it to the wayside."
We do.
And Reginald up front simply nods and spurs along one of the horses.
I do want to point out that me is with Reginald up
yeah.
front, and he's like sound asleep. And I just picture as he spurs one of the horses, me just kind of falls over gently and just lays on his shoulder, still sleeping. Or what everybody believes is sleep.
Sleep.
Do a flip for flavor.
Aiming at healing myself with some healing kits. I don't know who else needs some help.
Maybe you can all gather in one caravan. Can we do that on the road?
I mean, with the amount of people that are here, everybody could gather into the TARDIS style caravan now.
Oh, gee.
Also, Lucas, let me know when we've traveled a little bit, because I do want to talk to Reginald for a brief moment.
Sure. Was Albina going to cast a spell?
How many people need healing? A good bit? Or are that all the people that are hurt just dead?
The commoners are dead. The commoners only have like anywhere from 4 to 10 hit points, or around 6 hit points. So one attack would kill them instantly.
Okay. So the people are fine that are with us now, but anyone, I don't need any healing. I don't know.
As far as I know, Stacy was the only one who really took a lot of damage.
Okay.
That's what I thought. Healing.
I'm just gonna go to Asdalor and say, you'll keep an eye on him for now. I'm gonna go keep an eye out for any ambushes. And I just look at you and I'm just like, behave. So I'm gonna go to the front and I'll be making perception checks for us as a team.
So just me? Luna specifically. What did I roll? 1d4. Did I not roll the right thing?
I mean, you rolled 1d4. What are you casting?
The healing, or using the healing kit. The healing.
Oh, the healing feat?
Yeah, the feat.
That's 1d6 plus 14.
I don't know why. I went 1d4.
Ooh, that's rough. I'll give you the 3 from the first roll. I'll be generous.
It's extra.
Hey, 1 hit point can make or break.
Yeah, it can.
So, what's my total? Plus 14?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, look what happened. 1
points.
hit point of damage caused that commoner to erupt into flames.
That's true, it did.
Did you say that was 16 or 17? I thought I got
16. Oh, sorry. No, yeah, you're right. 17. 3 plus 14.
Ugh.
I love Steve's voice changer.
Can I do that twice? Does anyone else want any? Can I use a use twice?
No, because a creature can't regain HP from this.
No, I know this.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. It's one per
short or long rest.
At least a short rest.
Yeah, which you guys will get a short rest on your way to the wayside, so. So, Albina, were you doing anything after you guys kind of pack up? The travel now is a lot quieter. It's a lot more somber. Nobody's really talking. None of the commoners are, at least, that are driving the wagons.
Ilona would probably sit if we're all going to be in the wagon.
I mean, you can go into the the TARDIS style wagon.
And talk with. Oh my goodness. Thistle. All I could remember her name started with a T.
Okay.
For a brief while. Probably not the entire rest of the way but for part of it.
Do I need to? Oh, excuse me. Do I need to recast the gentle repose on as a ritual before we go? I can't. 10 days. Never mind. It's 10 days.
Yeah. No, I'll say you don't have to cast that for a while.
Okay.
And Iluna's poisoned for an hour or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, then I suppose maybe that's about the length of time she'd sit in the wagon.
Oh man, that was
poisoned.
That was my fault. I was not having you. I wasn't having you roll with disadvantage. That's on me.
Oh man.
No, it's not. I'm asleep.
It's on you.
No, that's right. That's right. She didn't have an attack before.
Yes,
I guess technically she did. Yeah.
It's you's fault.
Poison. The poison condition gives you disadvantage on ability checks and attacks. That's why.
Leave you out of.
So.
Using enough trouble as it is.
Yeah.
That's why we're scapegoating you for everything.
And I'm pretty sure I'm gonna hear it from Lucas later.
I thought it was Smith.
And I'm gonna sit back and laugh.
Track of those things. No, none of us have conditions like that very often, so it's easy to.
Yeah, no, I forgot.
Forget it.
So, I don't have a token actually for some reason for what's his dick for Asdalor. So I'm gonna use this one from Tundarn. He is gonna be the one next to you. I don't have one for Captain Reginald Ridgewell Hawks. So yeah. We'll say the caravan loads back up. Like I said, most of the commoners now retreat into that one wagon, except for
they're all terrified.
Yeah, except for the ones that are part of the Wagon Wheel Cloak Society that are actually driving these things, and you guys start to trudge along once again. While this is going on, I know Albina said that she was keeping watch. I imagine Seftis still would be as well. What
Can I be up on top of a wagon, or am I walking?
You can be on top of a wagon.
Okay.
Yeah, we can say that
right.
maybe you're.
Yeah, just be up next to me or whatever.
Yeah, that's fine. So Smith, what are you and Iggy doing while the party starts to get back on the road? Your mic is muted if you are talking.
I'll be keeping watch as well.
Okay, cool. Yeah. All right. So a little bit of time passes. Like I said, the air of around the wagons is definitely more somber now. And you said, Jared, that you wanted to talk with Reginald.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Sure. We'll say at one point you hit a bit of a bump in the road, kind of jostles you awake. You look down.
As I also awake, I'll like wipe off the drool off of his shoulder.
Yeah, he kind of like pulls away. Yes. You see Albina behind you now, kind of like a hawk, looking around in all directions, sword and shield ready. And Reginald looks down at you and kind of like side eyes you, and then looks back and says, your friend is a bit of a wild card. I still trust you are all on our side, as you have saved us from the... I don't know why I gave him just suddenly a French accent. He was supposed to be English.
Oh, maybe.
Call blimey, yeah. So, why is your... I still don't know why I'm giving him French. What the fuck?
He got
Steve,
so
French
scared
hold on,
from
hold on,
everything
hold
that
on.
happened.
Hold on. Steve,
Oui.
can you please say, I would like some tea and crumpets?
I would like some tea and crumpets.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Expediently.
Are we able...
I'm waiting, by the way.
Yeah. Are we able to trust your friend? I don't feel safe around him.
Right now, while he's handcuffed, he can't do anything. Most of his magic is through his hands. But whenever we get back to town, I am going to have a very, very strong talking with him. Because as the new captain of the crew of 2, he definitely made a very bad name for us. Even though he hasn't really changed much to where he only sees his allegiances being, well, his crewmates, which I guess would be this group here for now.
As long as he is keeping to himself back there, I just want to make sure that we can get down there as quickly as possible. I am not looking...
hard down there. I have a rocky relationship with the fishermen, and where we're going, we kind of need a boat. Could you maybe throw in a good word for at least myself and the rest of the group that isn't him for maybe a boat? I mean, I would prefer to just have my own, but I don't think we're in the financial area to own a boat quite yet.
A boat from where?
I figured from Lylon. As I said, the fishermen and I have a love-hate relationship. I'm sure I can get one, but I'm saying down the line, do you know anybody to where I could purchase a boat from?
My organization does not work within the confines of sea travel, but we do have a sister company that I might be able to get you in touch with that does sea travel.
Perfect. That sounds wonderful. It's a deal then. If you get me in touch with them, I'll make sure it's worth your while. And he reaches his hand out.
I will take your word for it.
Come on, you gotta shake it. Come on,
I'm quite all right.
Part of the deal.
Pancakes.
He was fine. He'll wipe it off on himself. He'll say, I know this ain't a down payment or anything, but it's just as a remembrance of the deal we made, he'll hand him 2 gold pieces.
Ooh.
Well, thank you. He writes down, he takes out a piece of paper from a small box he has next to him and writes down on there the name, the Anchor's Embrace Shipping Company.
I will take that and I will put it in my back pocket.
Okay, I put it in the chat there for you, so this way it is in there. Yeah, because they are the Wagon Wheel Cloak Society. Their sister
the
company.
Anchor's Embrace
Shipping Company.
Shipping Company. Got it.
Oh, all right, and so on the inside of the caravan, Luna was going to have a conversation with Thistle, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, I was just generally making sure she's okay.
Oh, okay.
Not a specific like.
Oh yeah,
It,
as
it was really scary out there, and we did our best, and we're still doing our best to keep you safe, kind of thing.
She nods and she says, "Yeah, we felt the wagon stop we didn't know what happened. We thought maybe, just something small, but when suddenly we heard a kind of a thud outside, sounded like something hit the wagon. We decided to jump out and check. We couldn't even hear everything in there. It was almost as if we were drowned out from the outside world. And as you are in here, Iluna, you kind of understand what she's saying, as you can feel a slight vibration of the wheels hitting the small rocks and imperfections in the road. But other than that, you don't hear any wind, you don't hear any animals. You're kind of disconnected from the outside world, as if you were just in a slightly vibrating room.
She might, I don't know. Iluna's doing her best to hide her emotions, but she's disheartened and just really mad. Like, she's angry at the people who left, but she understands. She's baffled beyond comprehension about what you...
I was gonna say, you're angry about the people left and not the man that just slaughtered one of them in front of everyone?
Yeah. Like, she doesn't understand where that came from. And, well, she made, like, a promise to keep everyone safe, and now...
Well, you failed that promise instantly. And if I recall, I think me even said, it don't make promises you can't keep.
They're just gonna die heading to another town.
Yeah.
Or they live, make it to the other town, and run the Phandalin Five name into the ground. As me goes ahead and goes, nope, part of the White Dragon Pirates. I'm over here.
We didn't create our name. We just did our best in every situation. The name spread itself.
Well, it's gonna be spread in vain now.
Yeah. As a leader, and who holds great responsibility in all of her troops and all the people that she is in the party with, Albina feels very discouraged almost by herself that she couldn't even bring you or anyone else to kind of calm down. So she's just kind of in her own world, really just trying to make sure no more casualties happen and no more ambushes or anything. So she's very just drearily silent, staring off, looking around, making sure.
All right.
I would imagine a lot of what Iluna is saying to reassure anyone else is just to reassure herself. We're gonna make it. It'll be fine.
Poor thing.
Okay. So you guys continue along the way, keeping lookout on everything you can around, as trying to just make sure that the people with you are safe, and you are able to ensure the surrounding area, as you continue towards the wayside. So
am I
eventually
unpoisoned now?
Yes, at this point you are not poisoned.
She would be outside trying to keep an eye like everyone else once she felt unpoisoned.
Okay.
Was gonna stay in that wagon forever.
Gotcha. Okay, I don't actually... Okay, I do have a token for Lenine. Why do I not have a token for what's his dick? For Asdalor.
Dick twist.
Like, I
You got a token for his dick?
I have Tobin, I have Zeline. Like, I have Tobin and I have Zeline. I don't have, for some reason, Asdalor.
Maybe when he died?
I think that's what Did you have one last session? Or whenever we last?
Yeah, you did. Yeah, wait, we did.
Hmm.
He had him in the one when he came back, now that I think about it. Because when Maggie passed away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's why I'm like really confused about why I don't actually have a token for him, and I keep looking through there, but I don't see him, so I don't know what happened.
That is
That's
where
fine.
everyone else is outside the wagon except for you, who's being shackled.
The only
somewhere.
people
That's not true. Me is asleep on the front of the wagon with his good friend Reginald.
Good friend.
And Albina, yeah.
The people outside is, except for Iluna, you know, who is for that while where you were inside, everyone else who was outside was either a member of the Wagon Wheel Cloak Society leading the wagons, or was like one of you, and then Lanine and Asdalor. So
Smith and Septis were outside.
Yeah, Smith was still up on the carpet, and Septis was still on his horse.
Oh. There's not like a horse to ride, is there?
Other than the ones that are just pulling the carriages.
No. Because I remembered that there's horseshoes. What happened to those horses that we rode down? They're pulling the carriages now.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Well, I don't want to slow anyone down, so if somebody... Because wouldn't the horses would travel at the speed of the carriage, like the bone horse and the
Yeah, I mean, you guys are moving at a decent enough clip. So. There's his token.
Ooh la la.
Sorry, I mean, believe me, I was listening to you, but I didn't know why I didn't have his token. Don't tell her I wasn't listening.
You're not saying shit.
All right.
Yeah,
so...
you're just kind of there because me is gonna let him sit there and think about what he did until they get to town, where he can actually pull him aside and just be like, "What the fuck, man?"
Well, you guys are gonna have a stop off before reaching town because you're gonna be stopping off at the wayside.
I think.
So.
Isn't that where what's his face is at the Wayside Tavern?
Your buddy Bax.
Yes, Bax.
Mm-hmm. That is where that is where Martisha, Bax, Korog, and Tiga are, as well. Or no, Dugan was the owner of the temporary sign-in.
Oh, I got him mixed up.
Yeah. So you guys, it's now later in the evening. As you guys are arriving to the wayside just before sunset. You pull the wagons into the closed off area just outside of the wayside. Couldn't think of the words. And you guys are unloading off of the wagons. As this is happening, Asdalor has you by the cuffs and is leading him inside. And as you guys are heading in...
I was going to say, as he's about to pull him in by the cuffs, me will go ahead and look at him and say, hold on. Stand here with him for one moment. I'm going to grab somebody else who's dealt with him before in the past, and then me and him are going to handle him. And trust me on that one.
He looks down. Asdalor looks over at Lanine. And Lanine just kind of waves her hand. And Asdalor looks over at you and says, "If you try anything, I will not hesitate to put an arrow between your eyes. Do you understand me?"
That implies you're going to get that far, but not the point at hand right now.
You just kind of gives him a side-eyed look. And just doesn't say anything to him.
He holds his hand out, waiting for the shackles, like for you and the shackles to essentially be placed in him.
There's a moment of hesitation, but he finally relents.
Me goes ahead and drags him in, and before he even walks through the door, he starts yelling, going, "Brax, he did it again! He fucked everything up!"
All right, so as you guys walk into the wayside, it's a place that, has that familiar sense because you guys have been here before.
Okay,
As you start walking in, you see that there are some new faces. There are some new commoners in here, travelers, but you see the familiar faces of Marticia sitting over in the corner. You see Tiga the blacksmith, who is stoking the fire. Korag, who is behind the counter, and as you are shouting in, you see Bax stepping out, kind of looking out over everyone, and sees all of you walking in, and sees you in handcuffs, and he kind of rolls his eyes as he is putting down a towel and starts to walk up past all of you. I don't have all of them on here, but there is the collective of around 40 or so, 40 to 50 commoners that have all kind of gathered outside and are funneling in. And as this is happening, you see the Marticia stands up. Korag kind of gets this shocked look on his face, and Bax walks up and says, What the fuck is going on? Who are all these people?
Me will lean over to Bax going, "Okay, so we were bringing all of the people down towards Lylon, and we need a place to rest for the night. However," he starts whispering in a much quieter tone directly towards Bax, "Dipshit here, to try and convince them to follow us, lit one of them on fire with his spells, hence why he's in shackles, because nobody trusts him now because of this, and knowing that you chased us in the past and everything else, I convinced them to release custody to myself, which I in turn, me, you, and him are gonna go have a very stern talking in a room, and I figured maybe you can use some old tactics of yours of what you used to do to try and teach him some manners."
He looks over at you and says, "What the hell got into your mind, boy?"
He's just sitting there in silence. For once, Yu's actually silent.
Oh, no. Message is verbal, somatic. Can I still do the hand gestures? But behind... Well, his hands are free. So
His hands are tied, which means you cannot do somatic.
Damn it. So I can't use message.
Correct.
You were gonna message him and just not speak?
Yes. Yep.
It keeps him out of trouble. Somebody hears him talking.
Yeah, the less he talks.
Lenine or Asdalor would be like,
Yeah, you see Lenine and Asdalor. They go and sit at one of the tables, as they are they have this look of pure exhaustion on them.
Me will quickly introduce them to Brax, going, yes. This is Brax, the friend that I told you about. He was chasing us back when we were essentially the worst of the worst of pirates and everything. I have scars, he has scars. It all happens."
Well, you see Lenine just kind of nods and says, "Well, if you're able to keep him in tow, That is fine. I just want this all to be done with.
Is it, you said Morticia? She's like the owner. She's the one who
Yes.
said home and hearth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Iluna still focusing on mostly Thistle and her brother Ander, right? And
Yep.
that little, and oh my God, why have I forgotten everyone's name? Zelene and
Mhm.
They're all
so forth.
complicated.
They're not that complicated. Tolbin, Zelene, Asdalor, and Lanine.
Complicated.
And they and making sure they like get off the wagon with whatever provisions they might need for the night, and find Morticia and say we could use some of your home and hearth and try to help settle them in a couple. Do you have enough rooms? They can obviously share.
Well, dearie, I don't know if I have enough for everyone here. I mean, you got a whole herd of folk. I mean,
Under her
only...
breath, she would say there were more.
Oh God. She says, I don't know if I would have enough rooms for everyone. So I have to pull up a picture. 1, 2, 3. She says, well, we might be able to make this work as long as everybody is willing to double up on beds and triple up where we have to.
We've been on the road for a couple of days.
2 days. This is your second day.
Okay.
On the road again.
Any accommodations that are better than our wagon will be welcome.
Well, I will try and get everyone accommodated as quickly as I can. Give me a few moments to get some things prepared. As I was not expecting this big of a crowd.
No, we
Money.
Yes.
Albina's gonna
in a hurry.
Well,
Albina will kind of whisper to her. Oh, sorry.
No, please go ahead.
She would just kind of go over and say, if the 6 or 7 of us need to go in one room, so be it. Let the crowd of people have separate rooms from us. I think they'd be more comfortable.
May goes ahead and goes, I'll be fine. And I won't be camping out with you guys. I have some things to take care of.
Bax actually kind of, gives you a bit, gives me and you a bit of a pull and says, I'll be taking them downstairs for right now, Morticia. Korog, Tiga, do her a favor and get these folks settled for the night. Korag, make up some of our fastest stew. And you see Korag just nods his head as the others here you see that they're like the people are kind of moving in to kind of like find their place and like have a place to sit after being on the road for as long as they have been.
I guess Iluna would say run a tab, and I give her some gold. I have no idea how much this is going to cost, so here's something to start.
I appreciate that. Yep, this is Yeah. We'll settle the debt in the morning. As she kind of like takes the 2 gold, puts them in her front pocket, and then looks over at Tiga, who is just kind of like sitting there picking at the fire in the fireplace. And Patricia says, Tiga, get off your ass and help move people in for the night. The faster we get this done, the faster we can get some bellies full. She kind of...
and again, anything better than road rations is more than acceptable and welcome.
Fabiana pulls her braid up into a bun and says, "Get me an apron. I'm here to help."
Ooh, cooking skills.
Do what we can. You see Reginald sits down at one of the tables and says, "Would you be making any pancakes tonight or tomorrow morning? Those were delectable, and I would enjoy some again." So, like I said, beyond, as everybody's kind of getting moved in, the townsfolk are starting to make their way in. You see Bax and me and you head back into the kitchen. Korag heads back there as well. I'm just gonna... I don't need to have line of sight on, so there's the whole map. You see that he leads the 2 of you back there and opens up this small hatch on the ground. And you see that there is a flight of stairs that leads downstairs that he gestures me and you to walk down.
Me will walk down, dragging you behind him with the shackles and all. I had an instant thought of pushing him
You
down
and
because he
me?
can't catch himself.
Jesus. Okay.
You and me were
Yes,
never
I
seen
can.
again.
Wait, what is you gonna do?
I was like, you could have caught himself.
I would have given you disadvantage on that.
I go to push him down the
No.
steps and use his hellish rebuke on me.
Oh God.
No.
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 You need to atone for your sins.
I just
No,
would have
no.
Misty stepped to the bottom of the stairs.
Oh Jesus. Can you Misty Step?
It's
Isn't that,
verbal.
Oh, it's just
Yeah,
verbal?
it's only verbal.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought it was pretty simple.
I
All
could
right.
tell if I get to somebody else.
So while the 2 of them are taken downstairs, the rest of you, like I said, you guys are... What's that?
No.
The rest of you guys are kind of settling into the main part of the wayside, and you notice off to the side, at one of the tables, kind of just sitting there drinking and having their heads down. Eventually they kind of lift their heads, and you recognize these 2 over here as Then Sal and Numi Kolo, 2 of the members from the band that was playing here the last time you guys were here, Tarbin Tool and the Jizz Whalers.
The Jizz Whaler.
Oh,
I was
fuck's
gonna ask
sake.
if the band was still around.
And you
I was
see,
just waiting.
you see behind Numi Kolo that he has his drums kind of set up against the wall, and sitting on top of that is Fensal's flute. But you don't see Tarbin Tool anywhere.
Somebody's missing. I guess after people were settled, Iluna, she remembers the band who claimed they were going to write a song about, and now she's just sad that song would be full of lies, apparently, according to some people who just walked away.
According to the dead dude.
And probably just give them a nod and say, weren't there more of you?
As you say this, they look up, and Then the flutist says, "There was. We don't know what happened to Tobin." And Numid says, "We woke up the other day and he was gone. His loot is not here, and we have seen no signs of him."
Man, it's like every time we go to talk to somebody now, it just makes the situation worse.
We are hoping that he will show face soon, but it has been 3 days, and well, we are starting to believe the worst. He has wandered off before like this, but never this long, and not without letting us know. Often he would be bedding a woman somewhere, but this is not the case, I feel.
Maybe some in our party can help. She's thinking of Albina and her. Because she would, Albina's message or sending or whatever she does. Right? She
Did
just
I know
knows,
him?
she just has to know the person. You would have met the band
Yeah.
member.
He was the one who was singing songs here when you guys were last here, after you guys fought all the zombies outside.
Yeah, the
But
band.
did I even talk to him?
Generically.
I mean, you saw him, you heard him singing, and he was there for the night, so I imagine there would have been some minor interactions.
Okay, maybe I'm mistaking this with a different one where I thought I was not in the room.
Okay, so I think I might know what you're talking about. So he started singing the songs while you and Smith were cleaning up all the skeleton bodies outside, and saw that all the all the zombie bodies outside, and saw that all the zombies had the symbol of Merkel on it, the god of death. But he was singing at the at the wayside that night.
You just have to have seen somebody. She doesn't have to have interacted with them.
The wording is specifically a creature with which you are familiar. So I would say at least spending that night listening to his music, you would at least be, moderately familiar with him.
Yeah, that's what I would say. Someone in our party might be able to help. I'll ask her. They didn't look any foul play.
Are you asking them?
Yes.
We looked around, tried to find him, but could not find anything out of the ordinary. He sometimes, like I said, he sometimes goes on walks, and sometimes finds himself in the company of women of ill repute, but unfortunately we were not able to find anything in here.
She would glare at him about the ill repute comment, but well, maybe we can help. I'll let our party know.
Okay, so
most of them.
Yeah, everybody but
me
and
you. Wandered off. I wanted to talk to Lenine and.
Okay, so wait, hold on 1 second. Just to make sure, you informed the rest of the party that Tarbin Tool has gone missing, right?
Yeah, I was just bringing up when there's a chance. She wants to talk to Lenine, and they're set. Yeah, they're set together, Lenine and Asdalor, and regroup. But yes, tell them that Tarbin is missing, and we should figure. I guess we can try and help. Like she's just like their reputation is slashed to pieces right now. Even if these people don't know, it feels that way to herself. So maybe we should try and help.
I don't know if finding a
And ask-
womanizer is that important.
Do you say that out
I
loud?
don't think she would know that.
Yeah.
She would just say Tarbin Tool's missing. Why would? Unless she overheard the entire
I mean,
conversation.
Numid and Fen were like 5 feet away from you guys, so you know it's possible.
Oh, Bina's like super listening to everyone.
She's
still on the
somehow
lookout.
listening to all conversations.
I'm just now imagining she says that, drives her name further into the dirt, and she's now just.
I don't know how I feel about this womanizer. I look over to Iluna in a very stern tone.
I look in a stern tone.
I look over her. I said that in a stern tone. I'm
I do it
sorry.
all the time in teams.
When you say this, Fen, the flutist, says, "He's more than that. You have to know. He's a good guy. He just likes the company of ladies a lot. If you can help, please."
Entrepreneurs.
He is. I hate to say it. He's my friend, but he is my meal ticket. Not many people are coming around to listen to a man play drums and a man play the flute. We need the lutist and our singer.
The lutest of singers. Got it.
Yeah.
He was. They were going to write a song about us. He's missing. We should try and.
I'll see what I can do. I think they need me in the kitchen.
Okay, that's cool.
That
goes to get
really wrong.
All right, so Albina is heading back to the kitchen.
Is this where the Phandalin Five? Before we even hit the time skip, we all go our separate ways. Is that what's happening right now? We're disbanding.
Well,
because it sounds like we're disbanding.
We will go our separate way, at least downstairs for the moment, before we get on to Iluna and Lenine and Azdalor. So Bax takes you guys downstairs. As he does, he leads you into the storeroom below and looks at the two of you, shuts the hatch at the top of the stairs, and as he is coming down, he looks over at you, says, "So you just couldn't help yourself, huh?" I don't know why this didn't have walls.
Me will go ahead and cut the restraint, or not cut them because then it'll look bad.
Yeah.
But he'll go ahead and untie them.
Well, they are metal shackles.
Oh well, they'll take them off then.
Said my hands were tied.
Magic key.
Your hands are, well, to say that they were tied, my apologies, semantics. Your hands are bound by metal shackles.
Semantics is what got us into this. You said no damage and it was going to be minor illusion. Then it turned into hellish rebuke. Your semantics needs to be specific, or the whole campaign's being thrown into a bit. Lucas,
I specifically said you heard the sound of metal behind you and felt cold steel wrap around your wrist.
Right, and then you said my hands got placed in front of me and they were tied.
Oh my god.
You know what? I want a DM, goddamn.
Do it. Go get a better DM. I don't care. All right. If you wish to try and unbind him, you will have to use your thieves' tools to pick the lock.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll a sleight of hand check.
Now, as Laura and Lenine are gonna hate you.
Since you are proficient with thieves' tools and you
19.
have them, okay, yeah, that's fine. So you quickly poke a thin piece of metal into there, are able to twist it without any issues whatsoever, and you pop the shackles off of you.
These are going back on when we go back upstairs.
So, what happened? I only got the short of it.
I got hit. Guy went on fire.
No. Keep in mind, it's a commoner that you instigated first.
He was trying to take stuff from the town.
It was his stuff. The stuff that was in the wagons were the people's stuff. Yes, it was going to the town because they were going to the town.
I don't miss these arguments.
Can we hear anything above?
No, you guys cannot.
I just love you. It's like going, oh. Like he never thought of that till just now.
I thought it was just town stuff that he was trying to take, not their stuff from town.
He told you it was his stuff. I told you it was his stuff.
You see Bax sits down as he's listening to this. He grabs 3 mugs that are sitting in a pile on the corner and undoes a stopper to one of the kegs down here, pouring in some ale. Hands each one of you one and says, "You know, I got to say it's a bit crazy to hear these stories again, and while I think you are an idiot, it's you know, it is interesting to see that you haven't changed." So, beyond that, how have things been? Did you do what you set out to do? You said you were going back there and something about a dragon?
Which one? I've been now known that there's 15 of them.
15 of them.
Well,
Me takes the mug and starts drinking, and he just puts it down with an audible groan, going, "It's gonna be a long night, isn't it?"
Well, I've heard.
I don't sleep no more, so yes.
I have heard rumors from some of the travelers coming from the north. Claim is that a red dragon was spotted far north of Neverwinter, up near the mountains.
Now?
What?
You says they make red spotted dragons now?
No. They spotted red dragons north of Neverwinter.
That's not what I just said.
A man of magic brought his friend back from the dead. All of this, and he's really dumb.
But,
Yes, he is.
Excuse me.
well, at least, I mean, you got to be dumb to be brave, at least.
You're not wrong.
But you dealt with your problems. You are heading to Lylon now, right?
Well, I guess we have another problem. The red spotted dragon.
What red spotted dragon?
I don't know. You keep saying a red spotted dragon.
No, they spotted a red dragon north of Phandalin.
They found a red dragon. They found a red dragon.
Oh, okay.
Yes, north of Phandalin. I said Phandalin, sorry. North of Neverwinter. Up near the mountains.
Yeah, Brax, have you heard anything from your old group? Well, I guess it's not your group, but the other worshippers of the Thunder God?
Thunder.
Why do you want to know?
Apparently, there was a rumor that people got attacked by shape-shifting thunder boars. And I wanted to talk to you about that in private, just because I know our last conversation, and I just didn't know if you've heard anything beyond the last time we've discussed.
It's kind of why I brought you down here. I heard that there was something going on. Something further north, up in Neverwinter Wood. Apparently the worshippers of Talos, they are shape changers. They have summoned some mighty creature, a giant boar by the name of Gorthok. It is seemingly now in their possession, and I do not know the dangers it poses to the rest of the area. I feel that most of Neverwinter Wood and anywhere east of here would not be safe.
I tried warning them.
That's in character, by the way. That is 100%
This is all in character for all of us because we don't know this yet.
loses his shit at the statement of that.
What is funny about that?
Oh, the townspeople that when there was more before you went ahead and scared them off with all that bullshit, said that they were safer by heading east. Oh man, those idiots are gonna get decimated by the dragon. I was right.
It's not a dragon, it's a boar.
Just the fact that they're getting decimated by something is hysterical to me right now.
I don't know what the thing is. It is apparently a destructive force of powers that are granted directly from Talos.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll be having to deal with it eventually. But that was also the reason why I wanted to talk to you, and so we could talk sense into this idiot. He goes ahead and hits you on the back of the head.
Well, I think he is starting to realize his mistake. But you will have to behave yourself and show some decency for these folk. One thing that taking on this job has taught me compared to my years at sea, the townsfolk that travel through here are mostly scared all the time. They make the wrong decisions and wander off. I often try to help guide them, but stupidity and fear in mass is just a recipe for disaster. Pity on them. I hope those that went east are able to move on without too much trouble. But, and I hope you the same in your travel to Lylon.
Yep. And I'll try and stop by and keep coming by and whatnot, but I just needed some assistance dealing with, well, everything we just discussed. And like I said, I figured I could go ahead and talk to you about this rumor.
This rumor?
Yeah, of the boars and whatnot.
Well, you know, they come from the east, they come from the west. It's a danger, those errant worshippers of Talos. You know, I heard something about a whole group of them found their way to shore not too long ago. I hope they do not cause troubles around here.
Wait a minute. What shore? Like, are they in Lylon again, or
to the east?
Okay.
As you will know, where I came to these parts, the Tower of Storms, the old lighthouse that is dedicated to Talos, there was rumor that a galleon crashed upon its rocks that was filled with something, but as the tower is right there, the cult surely took their hands upon it. I am just hoping they do not cause troubles in the area.
Yeah.
That I do not know what kind of ship it was, but I heard it was sizable, those who have rumored to see it.
You said it crashed, right?
I don't know the condition of it, but rumor holds that it is not, it's few miles to the west.
All right. Good to know.
For what it's worth, I know I've had it on the map before, but that is the Tower of Storms. So, as you can see, it is roughly like 15 miles from where, like 12 to 15 miles from where you guys are.
Okay.
All right, so we will pop back upstairs. And Luna, you said that you wanted to talk with Lanine and Asdalor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Generally to, I don't know, a group. But, oh, here's the map. Wondering. Yeah, I would just walk up to them and probably just pull up a seat and say, I guess we need a plan that was beyond unexpected. Everything.
Asdalor kind of snaps a little bit. Says, yeah, it was. That was out of line. We trusted all of you.
Yeah.
How can we trust him?
No idea. I have no idea what happened. I mean, nothing could have foreseen that. He was just in a heated argument. Hopefully something's being taken care of downstairs.
Oh, here's hoping. Here's hoping.
We're
there is.
I mean,
there,
most of what I'm doing is because of the meeting in Neverwinter, and they weren't part of that, but they seem to have the same missive in what they were after. They seemed to be taking out the dragons and trying to do the right thing. They've saved our lives or helped us fight this entire time. They've helped a lot in Lylon. The people down there can attest to some of that. What that guy who is the guard, what is ever his name?
The guard?
The guard in Lylon who they helped and they when we were each doing separate rebuilding. Like
Sergeant
leader.
Has Yoram?
Yeah. Somewhere down there. I mean, we've been working together this whole time. I never thought he would react that way to anyone, so I certainly wouldn't.
Look, all I have to say, the people of Phandalin suffered a lot. I don't put the blame on you. Things happen. If there is going to be danger in this world, it will find us one way or the other. But we need to know who we can trust and who is our ally and who are our enemies. And right now, it is hard to see that with him. And by extension, your group. I know what you are all capable of, and I have seen it for my own eyes. That, unfortunately, is what terrifies me, and I know will bother everyone else. I can't guarantee your reputation when we reach Lylon if the townspeople who watched him do that speak of what he did. His actions are reprehensible. He could be tried for a murder of indecent proportion. And I don't know if my argument or Lanine's or yours could sway any decision with what happened, with the amount of people that saw it. It'll take time for word to reach Lylon of anyone else's accord. But you might struggle to find that your reputation is intact. Lanine, hearing this, she looks up and she says, when we reach Lylon, I'm still willing to vouch for you. You have all done your fair share of saving us when you can. But I gave Harbin my word that I would protect these people. And he will have to prove himself that we can trust him if I am to put my faith in him. So, until then...
Yeah, I don't know what to suggest. If you have a suggestion on what he could do to prove he's trustworthy and it was...
I don't know. I've never seen somebody do something so atrocious.
Same.
To burn a man alive, trying to take his belongings, he wished to simply leave. I do not agree with his choice to leave, but that's his prerogative. That was his choice. There was some that chose to stay in Axholm, and he could have done that, but he put his faith in us. And then that was broken. And now he is dead.
Yes. But we need to just focus on the right now. The rest of those people need to make it safely to Lylon.
Yes. We need to get to town. We must get some sleep.
What happens of his and our reputations? I suppose we deal with that. But my goal is to get the rest of you back to Lylon. They are waiting and aiming to welcome you. They are hoping that you fit into the spaces they're trying to make. So
she just simply nods as she is looking kind of longingly into her mug of ale.
But my group probably needs to make some decisions. And she'll let them be. And go to Smith and Iggy and Septis, assuming they're around.
Yeah, those guys are just...
Albina's wandered off to the kitchen.
Yep. She's back there washing dishes.
Well, when she gets to the table with Smith, she will just We need to talk about you. We need to talk with you. I think that's where Iluna would be.
Okay.
It isn't her decision, obviously. Abandoning you seems understandable and a little far-flung at the same time.
All right.
But
so we'll move back to the kitchen. So Albina, you and I had a chat off camera, and you said that you were sending message to Tarbin, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Why don't you go ahead and read your message?
Sorry. Tarbin, it's Albina of Phandalin 5. Where are you? Are you in danger? When you're with your group, I'm willing to meet you.
There's a pause as you cast this. And then you hear a voice in your head a moment later that is Tarbin Tools. And it goes, aboard this ship, I sing my songs by the tower of storms where I'm held. The ship, it calls back to its home. My way out now, please help. And then there is nothing.
That makes me feel like he's captured, being held captive on a ship. And so he's trying to... He wouldn't be speaking that out loud, would he, when he's there? I forget for this.
So it's...
message, let me see.
Yeah, so the creature hears your message, and it can't... So you... It simply says that you send a short message of 25 words or less to a creature. You're familiar with the creature, hears the message in its mind, recognizes you as the sender if it knows you, and can answer in a like manner immediately. So
okay,
you kind of get this thought that like his mind might be turbulent right now because he was kind of doing it in a sing-song.
Okay. Oh boy, I should have recorded that.
Well, it's great that we are live on Twitch.
Remix.
Wait, we're live on Twitch? Oh, shit.
TOS.
Oh, God. Wait, never mind.
Can I revoke my previous statement of a second wyvern has hit the cavern?
But the basics of what you got was, aboard this ship, I sing these songs near the Tower of Storms. Aboard a ship that calls to home, that I am held and in need of help.
Okay, yeah.
And that is where we're going to end it for tonight.
All right.
So,
no.
Yay.
I'm going to paste that into the chat for everyone.
Oh, okay, cool.
Oh, I didn't even look at chat, and I just now looked at it, and I love how it's like pick use pocket.
Oh, yeah. Pick use pockets.
What?
So, yeah. That is
in the Twitch chat.
That is a buddy of mine that I told him to watch because he
Yeah.
was over at the house earlier today. I'm like, yeah, I play chaotic, stupid characters.
God.
He looked at me like,
You ain't lying.
huh?
There's somebody that is looking up at us with a big smile on his face saying wild card.
What I will say to fully lead it off is you know, as Albina gets this message, the camera pans back down to me, you, and Bax in the cellar, and the as you each, toast a mug of ale, the camera pans over to the barrel where it has the imprint of a double bulbed gourd with some feathers and the word Swigs Ale across the top of it. That's where we'll end it. And to those of you watching at home, thanks for joining us. As always, we appreciate it, and we will see you in 2 weeks with the next episode. Peace out.